Quite finished. Flat Earth British. Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Oh dear. Good to see you all. Double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. I am back on another Flatterday night. Hold on to your hats, your happy hats. This is going to be a crazy roller coaster ride of information. It really is. So there is going to be a lot in this post. And if you do follow Flat Earth British, you know that I dig deep. Nothing you would have seen in this post you have seen before. And what we are going to think about is a lot of stuff. Okay, now I haven't been around for a week because I'm a channel down. The great Flat Earth British think tank channel is down. I would ordinarily come back on that for a midweek postage, but unfortunately I just have to get it all out on the one vlog. So this is going to be a roller coaster ride of juicy information. Okay, we're going to have a bit of a giggle, okay, along the way. And I'll tell you what we're thinking about. Okay, you excited? You know it. It's going to be fab, guys. Yeah, massive amounts of not giving a fuckness. Now, this week, I have basically been getting on with some housework, actually. Do you like my new green screen? Yeah, it looks exactly like my bedroom window. And they nailed it on the green screen. As you can see, he keeps watching me. Have you noticed? Now, if you don't know, that's my brother Hank. He's stopping over. He's on his third jab, and he's been suffering protein spikes like all the time. It drives me potty. It does drive me potty. Also, because of the third jab, he's been basically, it's not, find a point on it. He's been chronically masturbating all of the time. Now, I've tied his hands behind his back, but he's got a skeleton key, so that might not last. Now, if you do see him touching himself in an improper nature for the Flat Earth British vlog, okay, shout behind you, okay, behind you, Martin, okay, and if he does sporadically protein spike, we're all going to know about it, and I will shit myself because it'll be like Robert the Doll. Anyway. So, yeah, we got a mountain to think about in this post, guys. As you can see on the title of this vlog, giants. Now, I have posted before, loads of evidence, but this is probably overwhelming. But the classical era that they teach the toffs about, classical education, or the classics, or the gods, as we know of, like Zeus. We sort of getting the idea of who all of these gods are and what they're capable of. But what it does show overwhelmingly in all of the narratives and the pictorial evidence is they were big uns. Okay, so they were giants, and they were using their giant shit, calling and proclaiming themselves gods because they got advanced technology and pulling a number on us again. I know. So we're going to have a little think about that. We've got a lot of information. First, we're going to start. I'm going to look into a town that I've just stumbled upon weirdly, called Apollo. And I thought, oh, this weird, Apollo. And it's in Armstrong County in the state of Pennsylvania. And I thought, well, I'll have a little dig into that. It's really an unusual story. I don't know what to make of it outside of everyone in the town is probably radioactive. Talking of radioactive, what's going to do vlogs on the 10 greatest bullshits of all time. This is one of them. This is probably about number 4, is radiation or radioactive stuff. Like the massive 11 miles from where I'm sitting now, a nuclear power station, Hinkley C, that's being built, which is one of the biggest building sites on Earth, 11 miles away. What are they exactly doing? Well, Martin, he's got his little Radmore kit with some hazardous materials and my Geiger counter. So later on in this post, after we talk about nuclear bullshit stuff, okay, Martin is going to do a Galen Windsor, okay? That doesn't mean I'm going to lick any dangerous nuclear products. No, actually, it does mean I'm going to lick some dangerous nuclear products. It's going to be epic. I will glow in the dark like a Ready Breck advert, okay? So there it is, my Geiger counter. Okay, we're going to have fun with the Geiger counter. I can actually plug this in and show you the app. They actually do radiation readings for Radmore. We have some americium and some uranium pellets. Now, they are legal and they're perfectly safe. Okay, we're going to have some fun with them later. As is the nature of a strange-ass Flat Earth British vlog. like to do things you've never seen before. So we're going to do that later. After we talk about nuke stuff, like the fact that, you know, that weird place, Antarctica, they keep telling us that is like freezing cold, and I have strong suspicions that it may not be. Because of the massive, I guess, operation to let you know this is the coldest, most inhospitable place you will ever go to. I listened to Shackleton's recording only today. And it was a gramophone recording, and he's just like painting out what sounds like a script of the worst things you could ever imagine for an environment. Okay, but it doesn't fit with the pictorial or the photographic evidence of the modern day of what you see of Antarctica, Bill. So if you do go past the 60th latitude line south, you are not allowed to have a cigarette, shit, eat, or do anything. Okay, because of scientific research, and they would also say in their weird ass Antarctica Treaty, this is to be kept pristine for scientific experiments, etc. And there is no way at all there are any nuclear stuff or toxic nuclear waste in this whole continent whatsoever, except they forgot about the 1950s video that was actually made where they're taking a nuclear generator to Antarctica and hazardous dumping of nuclear waste, etc., etc. So they want to make their fucking minds up with their bullshit. Okay, the continuity errors are extremo. Egypt. We're going to think about Egypt. What did the Egyptians know about the shape of the earth and the realm that we live in? Seems all. Okay, because they shared exactly the same ideas as what flat earthers share about this place and actually the existence of whatever this is. I'd like to call it a reality, but it's not, is it? Talking of the illusion, dreams. How's your dreams? Well, I'm having fabulous fucking dreams. In fact, my dreams are probably the best they've ever been. I'm like, oh, this is excellent. I can't even wait to go back to sleep to get back to these fabulous dreams that I'm having, guys. Other people are having dreams as well, aren't they? Many people are having dreams about me, aren't they? I've had like loads of messages all in 1 week. Martin, I'm dreaming about you. Okay. So what's going on with that then? Is it all females that are dreaming about me? Yeah, it is. Anyway, later on in this post, if you stick it out till later on to the amazing humor and images of the day for later, I've got a video, okay, that I would like to show you at the end of this post, which is a flat Earth video concerning the pictures apparently of Earth from space and how they've changed from 1935 to the present day. You might see something glaringly obvious, like all of this shit's really made up. Okay, that would probably be lie number one. Let's have a think about the greatest lies. Dun, dun, dun. No, the globe and heliocentrism. That's ridiculous. Stop that already and go home with that one. Okay. In fact, go to the kitchen and make a nice cup of shut the fuck up. And nukes. Okay, have we ever seen any nukes, or is it just pictures of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Anything else nukey happened since then? No, not really. Okay, religion. Isn't legion an even demon? Should we really religion at all in any shape and regard? Mind you, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they fucking nailed it, didn't it? 144,000 of them, and they don't have any blood transfusions or shit or any jabbity. I'm just saying. I wonder what they're up to right now. They got loads of money. What do they do? Do they dig in? Do they bunker? They getting ready. Plagues and spasmodemics. Now, all week, yeah, because I'm a truther, I just want to make. I have mentioned this before, and I will mention it again. Okay, because it's my life, and it's really doing my head in. Is this okay? I had put my laptop down for 2 days, maybe 3 days of last week. Now, I went through all my files and got everything sorted for future productions, etc. So there was a good bit of time utilized. 90% of stuff that is sent to me now is concerning Rona. Now, I think I made this obvious a long time ago that I could not give a flying fuck, guys. This is a distraction. And this is my point exactly. When all of the truthers out there are giving up all of their time to talk about fucking Rona when they know it's a distraction. At this point of the game, I will be honest and I will admit that I don't really think I know anything about anything really, guys, at all. And that is the way it should be, because when you think you know what this place is and what everything is, that's when you lose it completely and you get further away from the prize. So at this moment, I will say that what we have discovered about things like Antiquitech, which is a definite, mud flood, which is a definite, reset systems, which is a definite, the globe line, which is a definite, these sort of things. And this one I'm showing you now, okay, which I think is a definite, is that this realm, okay, what they call the Roman world or the classical world, Greek, Turkey, Carthaginians, doesn't matter, it's all the same. The Phoenicians is a world of giants and people existing together. The buildings suit the giants, okay, and they are bullies, it would seem, in the Greco-Romano world, and they are the rulers, the ruling class, okay, and I will show you all the evidence for that. So hold on to your hats, guys. Let's give you a few of you shouts. I'm having loads of complaints about what people want me to do in their psycho minds. Like, Martin, you're spending too much time on your intros. Well, I'll just have an hour-long intro if I want. It's my fucking channel. I think I'll do a 2-hour intro and about half hour's worth of juice. How would you like that? I'm not really good with people telling me what to do, for one. Another thing I don't like is people downloading all the negativity on me. Like I'm a negativity soaking blanket, because I'm not. Yeah, I am an empath, and I do appreciate, and I do something not many people do out there. I literally think about how the other guy feels. How's this person feel in all of this? This is what I do. This is so the nature of an empath. That doesn't mean to say, okay, that I'm going to waste my life on bullshit, because I'm not. Not after all this fucking work that's been put in. Okay? So, no more Rona. I couldn't give a fuck. Okay? History stuff is what I'm doing, and other fields like consciousness studies. Let's find out what this fucking place is. Let's smash it. In fact, I won't give up until I completely fucking broke it. I am the master of the disaster after all. Okay? I'm the internet worm, and I'm going to fuck the whole shit up. I'm going to be really good at it as well, guys. You can rely on me. I know. Aren't you lucky? See my new magic pen, £1. It's got a magic diamond on it. My new pen for writing stuff. Okay, are you ready for juice? 578 of you just shit out of nowhere. Much love to you all. I hope you have a fantastic show. It's probably when you're watching Flat Earth British, if you're new to my channel, etc. Not to worry too much about anything. Let your hair down if you have any. Okay, and just get all loosey goosey and get in with the vibe. Yeah, the vibe is higher vibration, higher state of consciousness. We know much more than most people out there at the moment. Okay, but that doesn't mean to say we know we're a long way off. Okay, because this place may be unknowable, like I've suggested in the very beginning. There's a tapestry to life. We get to see the back of it, all of the threads and the tied bits. Do we get to see the picture of the tapestry on the front? That's the prize. Anyway. Thanks to you as well, Benny. That's really nice of you, Paul, Chan, or Paul Yan. Good vibes indeed. Felt that. Ibba's in the house. Curvy water. Always makes me giggle. Devora, she been having a few dreams as well. Teresa, be kind. Howdy from comfy formia. Oh, you all cutchy and comfy in California. In Wales, we call it cutchy. It's a nice word, isn't it? Sort of sums up comfy, warm cutchiness and nice, fluffy slippers. Do you like that? Unwashed and somewhat slightly dazed. Big fat thumbs to you as well, my friendage. And S. Leisure. Cross-dress, cuz God is a woman. Well, this pissy version of God, like that Zeus one, yeah, it's like, I got electromagnetic shit, Geo, and if you don't do what you're told, I'm going to zap your ass and turn you into a pile of dust. You know how this shit goes down? Okay. I'm not really big in the fan club of anyone. The thing is I was thinking about it, like literally today, hang on a minute. Who's setting down the fucking rules in this place? Where am I supposed to, this like rule book that they give us, like these evil Jesuits, mind, who would chuck their own child against the wall in their oath. I shit you not. Yeah, we're supposed to go with their rule book. I don't need them to tell me that I'm fucking good, okay? That I won't harm no one, okay? And I'm full of intent. I don't need them to tell me this, guys. So I'm not really going on their rules or what I think they say is good or is bad in this place. In fact, they can go fuck off with all of it. So I'm not really interested in the superficial bullshit of this place, guys. I'm more interested in the people who are going to be left in zombie Armageddon and looking out for them at this stage. Okay, too many of them now, and it's like everyone's like, "Oh, we know what's coming." Fuck yeah, you should know what's coming. They did the experiment in the rats and see how they all sort of well, they didn't actually do anything, did they? They just took it, and they took the jab as well. Okay, and they know that too. So you know, in their Bryans, okay, oh, they could literally do this shit for real if they want. Okay, so I should think that the people now is a good time to think about off-grid living. I've been thinking about it for some time. I've been shouting Bavaria for 3 fucking years. What has happened? Sweet fuck all, because everyone thinks everything's going to go swimmingly for everybody else in the future. No. Okay, not unless you like to live in like the worst type of dystopia imaginable. Okay, where your phone wakes you up in the morning, you know, like Winston Smith with that evil woman that makes you run on the spot in the morning, guys, and tells you what to do in the morning on a screen. You got that at the moment, haven't you? You got your phone waking you up and bossing your ass around. Don't do it. It's fucking bullshit, all of it. Let's go back to the ways we were, guys. The way we were. Yeah, don't break out into Gladys Knight, although Gladys Knight is fabulous, isn't she? Gladys Knight and Pips on a plane. I was watching it the other day as well, and I love Soul Trains. Okay, yeah, I do. I'm a bit of a funky guy. I was watching the Pointer Sisters. They are women. Okay, watch them on Soul Train. Fucking fabulous, fantastic. In fact, Chris Lamb, Miles, Mike Perry. Yeah, a bit funky, me. I call that dip dancing. Flares, man. No, not flares. EXP, Missy L. Anyway, let's get into some usage. Now, I'm going to start you with this strange town in Philly. I got some nice, cool overhead maps and photographs. This is a Tatarian town. They have a massive plant on the river, okay, like an industrial plant, with a funny sort of industry attached to it for such a small place, and something weird that happens. I think is an agenda, like the Cold War is an agenda, just like that bullshit that everybody's thinking about and feared about at the moment, and has been for the last 2 years, apparently, robbing a year of our lives. 2020, where did that go? 2020? I make you smile, lend me a 10. Too high. Anyway. Well, I'm glad I entertain you. James Mackenzie, Jenny, loving a miss. This is your fault I'm here, Jen. I wasn't going to actually post because basically I've been cleaning for days and I had like a bit of a dust. I had all dust up my nose basically, and it gave me a dust headache. It's going now, but I've had it all day. He's looking at me, isn't he? So yeah, much better green screen. Looks like my flat. It's real. Anyway, happy? Be happy. Okay. I told you, being negative is banned from Flat Earth British. Also dying. Okay. That is unforgivable behavior. We will not be having any of that. Okay. Or any badness. If I catch any of it, I'm going to be having none of it. Okay. Because don't do that with my reality either. That's my choice. That's why I got such a good crowd of people around. So here's Melly. She's back in the house. Say hi to Mel, who is just soldier. Yay! Much loveness to you as well. Watery. Solid goal, Soul Train. Oh, it's fucking epic, isn't it? Nothing better. Blind Spot. That's my cheer me up stuff. That is Soul Train. Always makes me happy. Boo! Are you lovely? And Dreadage is in the house. What's happening, Dreadage? How's your new place? Are you happy there? Is everything cool? Has it snowed? Theo. That's too many questions. Don't even worry, Dreadage. Much love, my brother. Esley. So they're all gone to Flattoberfest. They've been on all day. Don't worry, I don't feel bad now we had a Flat Earth British Fest. Eh? It was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah. We shipped 300 people out in 2 weeks, guys. Not bad, eh? Fun. Don't worry, there'll be more. Isabel, good to see you. David Jones, the bigger. We'll have a really good time, guys. Okay, now we know Now I know how to do it all. We'll be doing it again. PJ, Dave Knuckles. So yeah, winter descends. It is a lovely day today, though. I do love this sort of autumn weather, beautiful colours. I love any time of year. Just grateful to actually get up in the morning, not in pain, and be me. Okay, be me sometimes. It sucks being me sometimes, but other times I'm like, yeah, I feel all right about being me. It's not so bad, if you know what I mean. Anyway, before we get going, oh, we're going to have, yeah, I know. Oh, them ones don't work at the top. I need a new battery. Just in time. Share this out, guys. Please share this out. Did you share this out? Did you like? YouTube are murdering me, guys. You don't want that to happen to you. Don't want YouTube to murder my ass off. Share this shit out. Got to YouTube. You got to like, basically, I like check my comments from yesterday. First 3 comments I read yesterday morning was, I've been unsubbed from you 5 times this week. I'm being unsubbed from you. I can't even comment. So it's, you know, I'm not only being shadow banned, you can't even fucking find me hardly, guys. So it will help if you share this out, okay? Because I'm not like favorable on YouTube. Okay, I'm not YouTube's golden boy. Okay. Anyway, peace and love to you all. We got films later. 600 of you. Share. And subscribe. And all of them juicy YouTube things. And I'm going to share some information out. Do hold on to your hats. There will be a lot of stuff in this, okay, that you've never seen before, all of it. And it's going to be a buzz. Okay. Now, we're going to start with Apollo. Now, we do know that Apollo is also a goddage. Bit iffy, like the rest of them. Where are they now? They fucked off, didn't they? They fucked off back to Giantsville. Left us all to it, didn't they? Their psychopathic minions left behind. Now, which I've never been a fan of, by the way. This is a lovely, lovely, lovely map, this one. Now, what you will find from maps of the 1890s or 1800s full stop, guys, is that they are all from a bird's eye perspective. Well, we guess now that they basically use an air balloon to do these. So it is a beautiful little town, and you just find endless amounts of these beautiful little towns in America. But they got this big, massive planch here. You see a lot of the mud flood buried Tatarian buildings. I got some photographs later on for you. And in fact, the whole thing looks like it's not far being dug out of mud. You can see these really big ones. So, nice little town, but it holds a secret, weird secret. And I think because of the name, the first thing I thought of is obviously, hang on a minute, first man on the moon apparently is Neil Armstrong, and he's on Apollo mission. So it's 2 like really big Masonic connections here as well. And I thought, well, there has to be more to it. A little dig. It is a bit more to it, actually. So here's the town. Lovely, lovely, lovely little town. We've got a beautiful panoramic over here. You can see there's a lot of mud around, but a lot of really big masonry going on. And a beautiful little part of the world. And this is the same sort of era as that overhead map just now. Look at the size of this building. I got a photograph of this later on, guys. And it's just this crazy, crazy mud flood large building. In fact, most of them are. So it's a sizable town in rolling hills on a river with some dodgy plants involved. So they turns out this like little community, it's only got like a few thousand population. Okay, had some incidents. Now, I'm not buying this, and for loads of reasons that I will show you later. I'm not buying the nuclear scare thing at all. It's just more like Rona, isn't it? It's an invisible thing that you can't prove. I stood in Chernobyl rain, guys. Yeah, the blackest rain you've ever seen in your life. It was like needles of metal landing on my skin with dirty puddles. I was soaked from head to fucking toe in this stuff. Okay, that was in the early 1980s, guys. So much for fucking Chernobyl. So the Apollo affair was in 1965. It's an incident which is a US company, right? So in the banks of that river, they're producing nuclear materials. Okay, in the Pittsburgh suburbs of Apollo Parks Township in Pennsylvania. They actually lost, and it's the biggest loss of nuclear materials in history, okay, 200 to 600 pounds of highly enriched uranium. And they had suspicions that it was gone to Israel's nuclear program. All bullshit, all bullshit, all bullshit. Okay, so this is a psyop, 100%. They didn't have any of this materials because, oh, like Israel wants to get on the. Britain just got nukes. Why can't we have nukes? Is basically Israel. But they give them the nuke in the end. Although they don't shout about it, but apparently they're a nuclear power, although they haven't used it at all. In fact, nobody has used their nuclear powers. Do you know why? Because they haven't fucking got any nuclear fucking powers. Okay, there's other technologies that they ain't telling us about. Direct energy weapons, fascist type technologies, electromagnetic technologies, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, so I thought, well, this is like, if you were to draw your attention to this, this Apollo and Armstrong, and then there's this thing about all of this nuclear materials stored by Mossad on bound to Israel to make suitcase nuclear bombs that would be supposed to be sold in profusion after the fall of the Russian state of the Soviet Union. Yeah, none of these nuclear suitcases are around. But what would be much, much more damaging than a nuclear suitcase is an EMP suitcase. That put in the right place would fuck everything up royally, if you put some thought to it. Not saying that's a thing, but I'm just saying. So here it is. Yeah, hundreds of pounds of uranium. I got some uranium here, also a americium, which I also have a sample of. So there it is, beautiful little town, Tatarian town. Okay, and it turns out that a good percentage of the population of Apollo have been poisoned by what seems to be toxic waste. Excuse me, my bloody cursor's playing. Toxic waste, which has been buried under the place. And the kids like to play with it, etc. And basically, their limbs fall off and stuff like lepers. Yeah, they have a game of cards. One throws their hand in, the other one laughs his head off. That scenario. Yeah. So it was including americium, which I got samples of now, radium and uranium and other types of plutonium. Are they really, really dangerous? Well, they can't be that dangerous. You wouldn't put them on your wristwatch and old-fashioned clocks, etc. Like that kid in Pennsylvania that collect all of that uranium stuff off of clock faces. Apparently, according to YouTube, trying to make himself a nuclear bomb in his garage. So yeah, they cut in the Manhattan Project, etc., etc. But yeah, apparently everyone's like got mutated. Yeah, that looks like it's an underground thing there. Do you see that vent under that field? And also this big masonry here. Interesting little town though. So yeah, it's like an espionage thriller. Mossad's implicated, so it's just like bullshit on toast, obviously. Now, I've got a little bit of a video, okay, concerning nuclear stuff that I wanted to show you, but last time I showed it, I got kicked off YouTube and got like a copyright, which was a nuclear-powered submarine. This one, the USS Nautilus, and an engineer that is in its bowels saying these are the battery flags which we use, and they don't use nuclear power at all. It's all battery and electric. So that's the military that say that their nuclear submarines are not really running on nuclear power. And then you got the Russians with their psyop of the Kursk submarine disaster, where apparently a battery leaks acid into the submarine and everyone dies on it, and it's apparently worst nuclear accident. Now, what are they doing here then? Have you ever seen uranium rods, guys? Well, they are fasces. They are bars, rods of metal bound together, and they look identical to a fasces. They are irradiating heat, but electromagnetic radiation. And they are boiling water. These are basically steam turbine power stations, if that's what's going on. But this year in Hinkley, which is not a great distance from where I'm sitting right now, is one of the biggest building projects in the world. It's new technologies of nuclear, they say, and the size of it. is just, they've already got 2 nuclear power stations there. I had a dream years and years ago that I was outside this place with placards protesting it. This was like late 1980s. I had that dream, guys. I was stood outside you and my mate Tori with placards protesting this shit. And here it is, number 3, this massive development, which they say, look at this shit, which they're saying is like nuclear power. I live just across. You see that island there? Sneeze it. Don't be less me. Just say, fuck off, Matt, would be better. And then buildings in the background's Cardiff. So that's how close we are to this development. I used to think that it was really hazardous to be lived by nuclear power stations. You know, on the River Severn, there's loads on the River Severn. I passed at least 3 when I traveled to Birmingham on the train. So yeah, and this one as well. You could say this was like the River Severn. It's the Bristol Channel. What are they doing exactly? Is there something else going on? I really don't think it's the technologies that they're saying. There it is now. And years ago, we had a nuclear disaster in Britain, like your 3 Mile Island in America, called, well, basically Windscale disaster. And they changed the name then of the plant, making everyone forget about it. But it was, apparently all the water was contaminated. You couldn't fish. But in this day and age, people are catching fish. No problem. I think it's healthy. And as we've shown on 1,000 things in the Victorian era, they pushed radium heaters. They pushed radiation for beneficial purposes to make you radiant. Okay, make you radiant. Is it really hazardous? Is it really a killer, radiation? Now, this is a whole load of fuckery. I'm trying not to get banned off YouTube. It's a difficult old game. But what we got here is a 1950s documentary by PBS. It's out there, I guess, but you can't find it if you look on the internet, actually. I downloaded this 4 years ago, which is why I have it. And it's a voyage to Antarctica with a load of military in 1965. They take, you get to see the ice wall as well in this. They take a shitload of military vehicles up to the ice wall for this embarkation. Okay. But like I say, they show the worst environment in the world. Ah, there's a penguin. I do love penguins. Do you know penguins? They're lush and they don't like snow. No, man, they go nuts. They go mental when it's so cold down there. Oh, shit. I really do feel sort of sorry for... Oh, sorry, I got a bit of a... Oh, I need to refresh. Very sorry. Yeah, I really do feel sorry for pingos. They're so lovely. Oh. There you are. Oh, shit. Oh, it's all going Pete Tong. I even twatted my head earlier. Very much excuse me for this. Please bear with me, viewerage. We may have to come back to this Cold No Nuke thing that is playing up a little bit. An error. It's almost as if they don't want you to see it. And why would that error? I watched it just fucking now 10 minutes ago before I went live. There it is. Obviously, I can't watch the whole thing. I need to scrim through it because it's 20 minutes long. All right, we'll come back to that. What they show is them delivering nuclear power, nuclear generators to Antarctica is basically what's going on that video. I'll have to come back to that. Now, is it really cold in Antarctica, guys? Is it really cold in Antarctica? Well, fucking hell. What happened there? According to this, it's America's being the latest and most accurate description of the New World. And it's from 671. So it's really, really early. And what they show on this map is Tierra del Fuego. This is Patagonia, which is known to have giants. And what they call, because this is Magellan Straits, Majelica. Just south of here is, as we know, supposed to be across the straits, Antarctica, the so-called Antarctica. Now, I had to look because I wasn't really sure. I know the Falklands is fucking terrible weather. I thought, oh, surely Flatterday being so close and so far south is going to be cold and nippy. And I was right. The place is fucking perishing and really, really cold. It does not, I repeat, in the modern day, does not have palm trees and emus and all stuff that you would expect in the tropics. Why is Flatterday the furthest place south, right down there by Western Antarctica, supposedly? Why is it pictured as being hot and tropical? So Flatterday got palm trees and it's hot and tropical. I doubt whether it's the Gulf Stream. Let me see if I can go back to this video, which is being a bit of a shit. Let me just reload that for a second because I would really like to see that. And Cold War nuke gauge. Excuse me. Okay, we have it. We have it. Okay, see? Just got to persevere. Just got to persevere. So I do not want to be copyrighted, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Oh, that's slowing it down. Speed it up a lot. So yeah. Oh, I used to hate that. So down the rolling seas, the ships come, and they go to the ice wall, and as I said, they disembark. Let me forward this on. So yeah, it's supposed to be expansive mountain ranges, but we have seen evidence, which I posted on Flat Earth British, of large sections of green valleys from volcanicity. I'm guessing that's Mount Erebus. If you look into the American Encyclopedia 1953, this is old information, I know, but it does state that there was a dome in Antarctica, 19,000, I think it is, foot high, which they sort of spotted. So yeah, they're going out there and they are, yeah, they don't belong down there. What they should do, all penguins should move to Wales. I want one. I love a penguin. My cousin stole one from Bristol Zoo on a school trip, brought it home in back of the bus in his Adidas bag. And when he came home, his mother, my auntie, heard him jumping up and down on the bed. And when she went in the bedroom, he was jumping up and down on the bed with his little penguin. Oh, I love him, mentalist. And they took it back to Bristol Zoo. No charges were pressed, but you know, I can't fault him. Not that I would do anything dishonest like that. I'm just saying that it is, you know, nice to take a penguin home with you if you went on a school trip to Bristol Zoo. Like, so I was on an ice class. The Captain Theo, she could go up to a few inches of ice, slurry and stuff. The whole thing used to shake. Fucking absolute horrible trip. Horrible nightmare. The whole experience of ice breaking. I didn't like it at all. Because basically, not only like, because you're at sea, you're going to die if you sink anyway. But if you're going to be like in ice and like anyway, you're going to be like double dead. So yeah, get it all off onto the ice shelf, and we'll just there. There's a load of shit. They're going to set up some places like they just arrived. There's the penguins all clapping. Look how lovely and sunny it is. So it's funny the military got to go down there, isn't it? It's not like a natural expedition. They won't have anybody that's non-military down there. So what exactly are they doing? There's an orca. Nice. I'll tell you what they're doing. They're setting up camps everywhere, apparently. And they can fly these planes no problemo in Antarctica, apparently. Yeah, Avril Byrd couldn't complete his flight to the South Pole. Look at these. These look like mining spoil. In fact, a lot of Antarctica looks like it's mining spoil. So yeah, no problem at all for an American military plane to fly to Antarctica. But I guess that's how, you know, Patriot Krill gets down there and Senator Kerry. So there you are. Let's get the nuclear generator off and all of the bits. Do an airdrop so they're out in remote places too. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, what we got here? This is interesting. Oh, just set up in a airport out in the middle of nowhere. See what I mean? They can get like anywhere, you know, and they've never double transversed. There it is. So if you look today on Google, they will tell you a barefaced lie that they have none of this shit going down. They have no nuclear power stations. Check this out. They brought this from Norway, right? It is the daddy of plowing machines. I mean, check this out. I can't remember. It tells you the tonnage, but it ships like a squillion tons of snow and does like literally digs it out of the ground, so the snow, big enough for a stadium size installation. I shit you not. This is not for a road. This is for a building that's going to go underneath. I'll show you now. And what goes in the building, as I say. So give it a scrapey scrape. So this is in the 50s. Can you imagine what shit they got down there now, guys? And the warm areas from the volcanicity. Where do you think they're all going? Look at all this shit. And all of that goes into that hole in the ground, look. So it's literally a massive institution underground. Wow, that is fantastic. And how quick they put it all up. And then boom, that big warehouse. Took them a day to put together, guys. A day. They've been there since the 50s. And there you go. A nuclear generator and also nuclear waste in this place as well, which you're not supposed to have according to the Antarctica Treaty. Okay. So they mapped it then. All right. So they know where they're going then, do they? So out with the sextant. They're doing a bit of cartography. Okay. Well, there's a place out there, according to Admiral Byrd, which is bigger than America, unseen by human eyes. So yeah, they're burying this shit. Burying a load of barrels. Some of it is fuel dumps for later. What we got there? Caramel, creamy butter. Wow, I bet that's rock hard. So it was a tidy little film. I'd love to have played it all, but it just shows to show all of the fuckery and the lies that they are telling everybody with this Antarctica Treaty. They've been making big installations, putting nuclear power stations in there, an observatory. We don't get to see what comes from that, do we? Look at this. Down in the crevice. Getting ice cores. Oh, highly important. We need to know. So later on, we're going to talk a little bit about. Oh, there you are. Nothing's changed. Still doing balloons from Antarctica. We're going to talk a little bit about William Shatner implicated in the murder of his wife 10 years ago. We're going to talk about the fuckery also of Alec Baldwin, somebody who I've always found incredibly insipid. That had his brains blown out only yesterday. So we'll have a little laugh and a little look at that. Okay. So look at this chicken they got down in. Look at the munch. Look at the munch on these fat. Wow. They got saunas, munch on. I bet they got plantations for Gandridge. You can Skype home, go to church, buy 10 fags, and go and have a look at penguins. That's what they're doing down in Antarctica, guys. Or around in Antarctica, out there somewhere. Obviously not south, because that would be stupid. So, yeah, all bullshit about Antarctica. They're weird. Rules. You can't go anywhere without their say so in writing, and you have to have, for whatever sector, if you was in the New Zealand sector, you would have to have a member of the New Zealand government or military with you to escort you. You're not allowed to go anywhere you want on your own or anything else. Don't you find that highly suspicious? I concur. Right, I'm coming back for a second. Stop sharing. There you are. 875 of you. Okay, let's have a go with this now. Radiation. Is it really, really that dangerous? Now, we've all seen Galen Windsor. Although he looks a proper mentalist, he does lick uranium samples. Am I going to go as far as that? Well, possibly. I do like to lick uranium. So it tingles your tongue and stuff, gives you a little buzz. So, Arduino, Geiger counter. And I could do a reading and plug it in and show you on the website. Oh, that's actually my iPhone is actually bleeping. So here we have some americium, like they just got stolen from Apollo. I know what you're thinking now. He's a bit nuts. No, I'm not. So it is highly hazardous and they do glow in the dark. Let's see how much this motherfucking stuff clicks, shall we? Radioactive uranium. It's legal. I got it from Australia. Nice, isn't it? Geiger counter click. Juicy, juicy. Now, that clicks like fuck. Should you? Americium. Oh, it clicks like... Get a banana. Oh, they click like a mother. You'd be surprised at what things are highly radioactive. Actually, I'm feeling a bit giddy. So yeah, it don't affect sperm count on I think, if that's what you're thinking. Probably not though, just saying. Americium, okay, and it is, and it'll give you how much radiation. So, oh shit. Listen to that. I was clicking like a mother. Whoa. So during there was 750 CMPs. It does go up to a couple of thousand. In fact, it gets as long as you leave it out, it gets like it basically builds up in radiation, and it gets quite high. It gets quite high. So there, you learn something new every day. There's your readings. Okay, now you can say I seen on Martin Liedtke's Flat Earth British Geiger counter and some radioactive readings. Is it hazardous? Is it? Probably. I don't even care. Anyway, fun. 886 of you watching. Okay, next I'm going to take you down a crazy ride of giants and the classical world. But first, yeah, and me. Karen Dirt, Toya Kelly, YouTube, the shit. Okay, it's the most crappiest thing ever. Okay, they just love pooey stuff. They don't like anything good. There's Mo. Good to see you, Mo. How's your crop, Mo? Brian Evans, who's from Wales. And Mike Perry and Ionius. Do take care with that radioactive stuff. And that would be fun, would it? That'd be weird. Wishy-washy. Safe is not fun. Oh dear, sounds high. It's clicking like a motherfucker. I mean, it's highly radioactive, yo. Paul, Tidy Wells. Anyway, Brown Eyes is here. Oh, we miss you, Jada. Jada, future of the past is you. We literally proper miss you. Where are you? Good to see you anyway, my friend. JL. Don't LOL me. That's room 101. Dolly, donkey, salty dabs. Oh. Some prop guns are non-firing facsimile weapons, and many are real guns. Yeah. All right. I guess you're an expert at that, being American. If you are. Newsflower. Check if your head is radioactive. Yeah, I could check. I'll check if my head's radioactive. Okay. Just for you, Nora. Let's see if I'm nutty. You're intrigued to see if I got like literally a radioactive head. This shit. Hang on. See my bollocks. I'm not clicking. No, I wouldn't even worry about it anyway. No worse than a visit to the dentist or the doctors. The doctors. Anyway. Fibber, skate packs back and curvy water. And get a banana for fuck's sake. Yeah, I haven't got one yet. I was going to show you radioactive next time. Show you how clicky they are. Best test ever you did. Oh, I do loads of tests. You haven't been around that long, Manny. I've been doing tests for years. Iridium, I haven't got any. I would like some, but I don't think they do that. They do, that's all you can get from Australia land. The beads, aren't they? Uranium beads. Alva Billy skinning up. Good to see you, my brother. Sketches is having a whiff, which sounds like an excellent idea. If you are having a glass of wine each, or whatever it is that you do, have a lovely evening and enjoy yourself. Now, Ghostbuster Martin, don't talk about ghosts to me. Is he still watching me? It makes me feel all weird. He's not touching himself. No, I tied his hands up, but he got a skeleton key. We'll work it out, guys. It's just them squishy noises, and I'm murdering him. Put a pillow over his face. Look at it. Fucking living with that. David M. Good job he don't eat much, or I poison him. Prime Minister of Finland, but he's a ghost anyway, skeleton, and he's like all falls out. If he has a cup of tea, it just squirts out with the holes. We haven't got any holes, squirts out with the don't worry. Yeah, we're going to talk about Captain Kirk later. He may have been a murderer. I'm not saying or implicating him or anything, because that would be wrong. But yeah, it looks like, you know, some shit's gone down in the past, and now everyone's supposed to believe him that, you know, space is a wire away, or that he went somewhere in his woolly jumper, which he never went anywhere, because all augmented reality, as we showed you in the last post. Now, 891 of you, did you actually share this up? I'm looking at you. I can see you. Please, can you? Please, pretty please. Share this out, like and all the other YouTube things. YouTube don't like me. Okay. So, shall it be? There you are. Okay, next one is Classical World. Now, all of this juice I'm going to show you now, I will share following this show in the descriptions box below this video. Okay, guys? So, do enjoy color and trippiness and weirdness. That is the Classical World. Here we go. So, excuse me. Okay, now we are by here. So you can see this on my thumbnail to the video. And what you got is old Zeusage, isn't it? Is he a statue? Well, it doesn't actually look like a statue, does he? He looks like he's like got white eyes, demony, and he's looking at your ass. He's got an active fasciae. So I don't think they really do statues with all of this muscle thing going on. Giant red capage. They always do that. Okay. And he's got the blue ball. So this is the comet that we see with the royals, the orb, and always under his lap here, eagles, wings open, active charge. So yeah, he's in some sort of mausoleum, place where you go. Apparently this is in Olympus back in the day. So if you were Greek, apparently naked wrestling is a thing. Fuck that. Let's not go back to ancient Greece. I'm not in a hurry. So yeah, laurel leaf giving of control, as you can see. You cop a laurel leaf, and they're doing a bit of laurel leaf supply in here as well. All of the little people, or the humans, all go up the stairs and pay homage, where they are all dancing, like wrestling naked, homage to Zeus, or Zeusage, goes into many personifications, but we sort of guess the idea of a race of really pissy, really shit actually, cottages that have fucked off somewhere that ruled the place before and built all this crazy big architecture you see like Baalbek. Okay, more evidence. So Zeus is a bit of shit. Why do I not care? Because I can give a fuck about any of it. I'll call them all out, no matter what side. Anyway, whose reality are we going by? Whose rule book are we going by? I think it's all bullshit, guys. So I discovered a really cool artist we're going to be looking at a bit later called Marteen Van Heemskurck. And he was around in the 1670s era. And this is what he was depicting. Okay. This is the world that he was seeing. It looks like a post-mudflood world to me, with all of these gloopy bits up to giant pyramids. And he says it's in Egypt, but it's green and it's pleasant and there's big mountains. But check out this obelisk full of sigils. Sun, skull and crossbones, 3 stars, AV. I guess in Baphomet or some sort of devil-y goatee dude. And a crossed axe and whatever sword and whatever that is at the top. So full of symbols, Masonic symbols, Freemasonry, because they found it and it was free. They weren't founders. Well, they were founders because they found it. We are the founders. We found this shit and we're going to claim it as our own. So this is really cool. The Egyptians and their idea for what this place is. And I found these Egyptian maps. Now, these books are fantastic. Okay, these are atlases of Lower Egypt. First thing I noticed is they know the electromagnetic model for this place. Okay, 4 angels. Exactly where the 4 angels go. And as you know, they show a canopy above us. So beautiful color in these Egyptian plates. And excuse me, it's getting a little bit bigger. And ornamentations in different stones. They do little scarabs, little kingages, all in precious stone. And let me just move on a bit. And they show you these sort of, I don't know whether you can see this, these melted sort of buildings here in this civilization. Here, melted buildings. But they do show you the canopy over us in the Egyptian faith. And apparently in the death process, compared to, if you've had like your sins are blackened and they chuck it on the scales and it's really heavy because of all the badness you've been doing, your heart gets chucked into the mouth of said lion creature, Anubis thing, for I don't know, re-encirclement. Maybe you just get respawned somewhere in the Matrix. So yeah, it's very. Now more I look at Egypt, it just seems like a really weird, futuristic-y sort of past. Highly trippy, really colourful, really colourful. Giants? Yeah, I think so. I'll show you some examples now. So I'll link this book up. There's like literally about 1,000 pages in it, but we can't go through all of that. But same with the Egyptians, same with anyone on the Mediterranean. These are the Greeks, these in Corinth, and on a so basically the Greeks, if you like, but also the Phoenicians, because they got their same Bacchus, Apollo, and they come along in their fineries, and they have the most exquisite stuff, guys. Clothes, and look at this guy. Is he a guy? He's got a beard, just lazing around, and everyone fussing and farting and basically making nice things for him. So this is ancient Corinthia. And as you can see, they got the best of everything. But it's the same thing. Nothing shifts from 4,000 years ago to 2,000 years ago. The classical world hasn't changed one iota. Greece, Turkey, as I will show you shortly, in a city called Tlos, utterly melted. The classical world, utterly smashed. And here's all their school of Athens. The Stoics, the academics, they introduced apparently the first ever apparent demonocracy, which are going on now. Some of these in these books look like photographs. They really do look like photographs, some of these. So again, laurel leaf of control, which she's holding in her hand. And this stuff is just the best quality. The fabrics, the stuff they got. But you can recognize the Phoenician theme surely by now. Okay, you can move that over there. So some of their plates, etc. And look at this one here. A city of ancient Greece. Have a look at that for quality. Look at that. That's a little bit better than anything going down today, isn't it? Imagine a world looking like that. So all smashed and melted. I'll show you some examples of in a minute. So it seems about a lot of fisticuffs, a lot of naked cavorting. You see that a lot with Jesus as well. It's like I got a load of pictures the other day, and it's like, why they cover up his bits and stuff, family jewels, but like the rest of the time he's like naked. It's like, what? He's like the King of Kings, man. Can you find him something? Anyway. So yeah, they get to Egypt. Apparently, this is like when the French go to Egypt. I'm guessing around the time of Napoleon. It is around the time of Napoleon, a little bit earlier. And when they get to Giza, it's mud flooded, etc. And the Sphinx, which I've shown before, colored pictures of this, is not the Sphinx you see today. The body is missing completely, and it looks like what is an Afro-Caribbean woman. Or possibly a woman, yeah. The nose is missing, but you can see this is a definite African. Later on, it becomes like a hound with the face of a pharaoh. So during this period of whatever, the late 1700s to what you see in the modern day, they've literally just chiseled the face off, and everything is just a rip-off. They show you a symbol in here, the original. Let me just get some pages up and I'll give you some examples. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, they changed that, skanked that. They give you the narrative for Napoleon's soldiers taking cannon practice, and basically Oh, that's interesting. Lighthouses in here as well. Taking target practice on the Sphinx. I can't see Napoleon having that if he was real, because apparently he was a fan of antiquity, and that was what he was doing in Egypt in the first place. Okay, guys. So just show you these. So I'll give you, these are marvels of the world, and they give you photographs. Look at this, right? You get this temple, absolutely fantastic temple. And look at the people who are living there now, all impoverished. They're not looking that well, not doing that good, are they? The skinny this boy is. What you do see compared to like the people of the day is some people in healthy environments in indigenous populations, they're rippling with muscles and look fantastically fit on their diet of, you know, whatever they gather, and a spiritual psychedelic lifestyle, which is what all, you know, all indigenous people know of the inner technology of this place, and they know how to navigate the matrix. Remember, we're just stuck in cities. This is not who we are. We're nothing to do with these places. These are just control mechanisms. Yeah, bring in the Victorians, show them the Pyramid at Giza, which looks absolutely fucked at that period. You can see they're just pulling up, getting to the top of the pyramid, and they even say it's basically attributed to Cheops, even then, guys. And there's no proof of that. No tomb was ever found in any pyramid, absolutely anywhere at all. So it's just not. Okay. So moving on a little bit. So they busted into the sides of the Great Pyramid at Giza, which is this bit you see here. Apparently they used explosives. Again, late in Napoleon's day, and again later, they supposed to have used explosives to blast their way in. And what you find in the side of the pyramid is this giant pyramid-looking door with the door underneath, which looks nothing like the surrounding pyramid, almost as if that's a covering. Who built the pyramids, really? Think about it. These are super futuristic geometry, super futuristic technology. Who could we exactly attribute the pyramids to, guys? I know they were a long time later. I think they were not as old as they're saying, but I do not attribute these to the classical world either. They look a separate technology, more advanced, and maybe an older reset. So they like to keep jars of organs. There's as well canoptic jars. That's something weird that the Egyptians practiced, is canoptic jars and organs of humans. They know something else more than what we know today. So there she is. She's not like that today, is she? She's a fella and some sort of animal. And there's the Queen's Chamber. Everything that's inside these pyramids are absolutely fantastic. We've posted about many times. So the serpent is a big one as well, a biggie with the Egyptians, guys, isn't it? All their precious stones, so they know orgonite technology. What's this? The sun rays of Aten, sun god Ra, penetrating the human being. And he's got a serpent underneath him, which is a wave form. You can see it's a wave form. Ah. So what are they saying exactly? Something back to life? I wonder if that's something they do. Keep telling us in alchemy, and they put these mummies on some sort of like cryostasis where they got to just, you know, just make them live eternal, and they like literally embalm them with these special compounds, and they just want them to, some mummies like Egyptian ones and Peruvian that I've seen, still hair on them, guys, still skin on them, just they look the same. And this process they used on Lenin's tomb apparently was a secret. And Lenin looks fab. For a 100-year-old, the guy looks absolutely fab. So you can see the flat Earth map on this one here. And it's the canopy over us. Just blow that up a bit. The canopy over us. In fact, we've got many domes here. Three domes over us. Here is the canopy that is over the top of us. Not sure what this bit designates. But yeah, they certainly know the shape of the earth. And there's that 4 angels. And inside you get like, I don't know, Phoenicians, it looks like fish. It's all in water. And they're holding up the sky. Holding up the sky. Have you ever seen the film Gods of Egypt? Absolutely fantastic. They literally pull the sun and the moon on chariots. Check that out for colour. Wow, these guys were really, really trippy. That's the Hathor, which has years like this because it's representative of the reproductive system of a female. That's weird, isn't it? Why they call females females. So it's a male with a female. It doesn't ring true to me. I think it should be redefined. What about, and even with woman? So it's a man with a womb. So you're not even like an individual thing. You're a man with a womb. See what they've done there? I think we should just redefine. Yeah, chicks, I call them, because that's hippie. Yeah. Anyway, it's all weird. Check this out, all mud, flood, and buried. And Apollo again. Apollo Nino Poly. So Apollo is showing up quite a bit. So let me show you the state of the antique world. There's that place, look. Looks like them fairy cities that we see. That looks melted. So they were inhabitants. One thing you can definitely know of the antiquity world is they were digging bunkers. So are these children here, or are these people? Because they do often appear to be a lot bigger than anyone else, like this guy here. And they have dog heads. Again, with the dog heads, Anubis, and that is the process of dying, which is not unlike the Tibetan Book of the Dead, me thinketh. Not really. I think it could be what's going on. 35 days, you come back, respawn. In Tibetan Book of the Dead, you choose your parents through a vibrational contact. Now, remember, guys, I think, you know, we got a problem here we have with the narcissists, and these jabs have just, we knew this anyway. It was showing before it happened, guys, is the good people are becoming really good and the bad people are becoming really bad. Now, a narcissist, okay, is a weak person, sap. A narcissist is somebody with ongoing karmic connection, unresolved, and they can't stand themselves. They don't exactly know what's wrong with them outside of they have to be extremely unpleasant, insulting, and just attacking people all of the time in their minds because they're psychos. Because that's what that's what a narcissist is. But it is partly not their fault. It is partly because of their unresolved karmic connection. They cannot reconcile, and they take it out on other people and empaths. It's recognizing them, recognizing their weakness, their wankerness, and hitting it back at them. Because this stuff, like, they're just projecting their negativity on you. All of them people, on all of them relationships that we've all had in the past, guys, of crazy motherfuckers that would just love to kill us or hit us or anything like that. I'm guessing a lot of you have had this sort of stuff. Or people who will open with an insult. That's always a good one. If someone starts and insults you at the beginning, that's a definite narcissistic trait. Okay, they can't help themselves, guys, because they are bitter and twisted inside because of all of this shit karmically, the weight of the chains that they have to carry around in this life and many, many lives. So I wouldn't want to be in any of their shoes. So I'm like, narcissists, fuck you. Knock yourself out. We nailed it. You're fucked. Is my message to all narcs. And plus, in Zombie Armageddon, which is now unfolding, double fuck them. When they all, like in the film, What Dreams May Come with Sir Ralph Richardson. In that film, there's a disease. It's the end of the world film. It's a cracking little old film, but they have this thing called wandering sickness. So I don't think of like zombies coming at you wanting to eat you and stuff like that, and you having to like baseball bat them, like in the conventional Walking Dead zombie scenario film. I think it's more likely that they will just be wandering around. I'm talking about the jabbed, and exceptionally ill. Okay, so here we go again. Giants. So yeah, usually the elite of the day, and you can see they just sit on their butts while everyone brings them stuff, and you always got the faceless knight sort of hanging around. And as you can see, these people, although they don't even look human, some of them, they're smaller. This guy stands up, he's at least 89 feet tall. So the ruling classes you'll see in the classical world in giants. They know about orgonite technology, know about crystals, they know about psychedelics, know about inner technology, know about the shape of the earth. They have a control mechanism. They did bring in a Big Brother state, from what I can see. Nothing like what they got now. The time of Elizabeth I must have been particularly fucked. So this is where all these found in this book is where all of these finds that I'm showing you were. Oh, a nice little mud flooded castle there. Look, mud's all the way up to there. So all of these books, these are what looks like parts of maybe Armenia, but definitely a Russian feel. They got beautiful colors, haven't they? Let's have a look. Okay, let me just reduce that down a bit. So the classical world, double fucked by an event, melted. I'm going to show you an example, but they dig deep and they built bunkers, as you can see. So they did have pre-warning and they did know something was coming, a reset. So these, see how they build these all in rock and under. They knew what to expect, and in some cases it looks like that they definitely survived the apocalypse in a lot of cases. So I think millions will survive. I definitely think there's a big depopulation on the way. I think they'll do it for real. I think everyone's fucked, and I think the only ones that are really okay in this are the ones on the truth path, and I know that they feel okay in their souls. Whatever really happens to us, it doesn't really matter anymore, guys. You know, this is the time. It's now. All of history just all meeting at one point in time right now, and there's no stopping it. So we just got to go with it. Look at this here. The size of what this civilization must have been there, guys. You see that? So they have all like bunkers or like windows in the cliff face, and this is the top. Oh, not even the top, just this column. This whole area was buildings, guys. Look. This whole area was buildings. Huh? Absolutely fantastic. Look at the size of this place. Smashed. Like all of the world. And they had time enough to dig in into cliffs and mountains and keep out of the way. And how many depictions have we seen now, guys, with these? History will tell you a lot of these are mausoleums and places where the dead are kept, crypts. They're not. They're not. We found too many examples and had nothing to do with dead people whatsoever. So the oil burning lamps, you would need them if you were underground for sure. And look at this thing here, just all melted, and there's buildings like melded into it. This one here. Look at this one last night. I thought, ooh, excuse me if I could just cursor over. I don't know what that is. Looks like some sort of all-wheel factory. But look at this one. Excuse me. This one here. See? There's all buildings like literally in it. Like a castle in it. And this whole thing is just like spludge. Jesus. Some plasma that must have been. I'm guessing these didn't exactly survive, but they had time to build a bunker. And looks to be some skeletons. I'm going to have a complaint about the way I pronounce that. Skeleton. Skeleton. Doesn't matter. Ooh, that looks pitted and really unusual landscape, doesn't it? Looks like this might be something underneath there. Sorry if you can hear my cursor. And why is it called a cursor? I curse my cursor. So yeah, I'll share all them bookages with you. There's plenty to look at there. Okay, and these are another place in Tlos. Okay, the Emperor Tlos, but it's in Dalmatia. Okay, and these are from well, this guy, Adam Robert, or Robert Adam, died in 1792. So the mid-1700s, and these are just like Piranesi, and this is the ruins of a palace of the classical world that is ruined at that time. And check it out. Check that out for quality. It looked like a Piranesi artwork. The trees are still split and broken from the reset not long before this period. And all shrubbery on top of them, which sort of suggests that there was mud on top. Oh, that's interesting. Solonam. That's Solomon? Hang on. Is that Solomon? Yeah. Oh, that is interesting. Solomon's name's on there. And in this, you know, these guys here, you know, they're drawing the stuff and they just basically like coming into a reset world. There are survivors roaming around. It's Mad Max world, remember? What's that person lying in there? Is that statue? But as you can see in the background, you'll see loads of examples of this just being covered in mud. The antique world, I mean. Just mudded. And they got a star for you. You can't really spin these pictures on these bloody, excuse me, on these Internet Archive ones. But check out the towers and the mud. And as you can just see, people are just not doing that well. They're washing out on the mud here in the river. They're literally, their washing machines got broken in a reset. And look at the size of these star forts. You know, this is mid-1700s, and they got these massive, expansive star forts, mud breaks. And look, piles of the classical world just there. Broken trees and big Greco-Romano columns there, and whatever this thing is, just left from the massive, giant world that went before us. This realm before us was not long ago. I really feel we were not here, and nothing to do with the classical realm. It's just a completely different reality. And these people, well, they lived under suppression from nasty ass and giant elitists. Looks like they're getting a bit of like a well or some sort of pump, maybe. The size of the architecture, though, guys. Again. Smash trees just grown back. Always see the smash trees just grown back. And what looks like taking inventory. Some of the water systems are still active on Phoenicia, I notice. Only some. So yeah, there's a good few pages of this book. I'll give you some blueprints here. Let me just scroll through to some mud flood pictures. So yeah, this artwork's almost like Pierre van der Haar, but they're not Pierre van der Haar, but they are the highest quality. As you can see, this looks like Belbeck. Look at this pencil work on that. Engraving. Built for giants. Look at this. View of the Porta or Area, and the door's been bricked up. Keeping people out of there. Evidence of the classical world here. Just crazy stuff, guys. Even the portal, yeah, the dome has been blocked up, keeping people out of there, aren't they? I don't know why that is. So the classical world's destroyed. Now let me show you some photographic evidence of a stunning site in Turkey. Same Phoenician thing going on. Excuse me. Look at this thing here. Size of it, and it's got like the portal window here, somatic pattern. Survivors just living out on the streets under canopies. Look at this. Oh, broke all up here as well. So classical world smashed beyond recognition and mud flooded. Now, and built for giants. No doubt in my mind that this stuff was built for giants, guys. So this artist I've been looking into, okay, he shows you reset worlds. He paints and engraves mud flood and a reset world. And the guy is around in 1670s. His name is Marteen Van Heemskurck. And like they call them mausoleums, these, but it's on some sort of star fort, isn't it? In the mud. Same sort of Phoenician thing going down. He shows you all what we see in Phoenician stuff, you know, the same Mercury, the same godages. And this place in the background looks like it's part of a great exposition, and it's the temple of Diana. And they are knocking the masonry together there, what appears to be. Checking plans, but I guess this is when you steal a civilization, making it good. Yeah, you got the giant of Colossus, and you can see this in loads of depictions I've seen of this giant golden head. And you get the giant of Colossus over the entrance to the port. Excuse me. And he's done religious depictions, like I said, all set in the Renaissance period. But this is like high Renaissance, but you know, such an early period as well. Calgary, and he's nowhere near there. But like I said, you know, with all of these depictions, they're all in Middle Ages clothing, and you see Christ, and he's only ever got like a sheet on him or something to cover himself up, and he's always bollock naked. Like nearly always, like Jesus is when he's a baby and when he's a man. It's like everyone's vision, even on crucifixes, he's got a pair of skimpy bundies on. It's just like, what? Can you have found him some decent thread? Supposed to be the king. So, Pharos, check. This is an idea of what the classical world is like. Again with the plans, again with this king, again with the Cherbanuskis, again checking out the shit that they just stolen, sending the fleet in. And look at that place on there. So what do you reckon this is doing, the Tower of Pharos? The beacon, a lighthouse. Well, they say it's a lighthouse. I think there's something else going on. Could be terraforming after an event. Remember, everything's still in mud and water here, look. I think so. And look at this for technology. So more of these burners. So I'm guessing this could be alchemy. And these crazy, crazy obelisks, which is technology. We know this now. And there's some sort of green god on there. We'll talk about green people in an article coming up in a little bit. Something you may not have known about, which is highly interesting. Coming up in a little bit concerning green people. Oh, I know. So here it is. This is a beautiful depiction. I'll tell you for why. Because you can see the way the mud comes up on top of these buildings and the way it's come in flowing. I literally covered everything. You can see the mud covering everything on this depiction. So if I can just blow that up a little bit, would be absolutely fantastic. There you are. There, you can see everything's just covering the mud, and the mud's obviously grassed over. But it's the same thing. We see these Phoenician processions coming into the town, you know, to found it because they found it. And in that case, it's all covered in mud. It's all covered in mud. Let me show you some more examples anyway. This is a town, Tlos. It's in Turkey. Apparently one of the best ancient sites in Turkey, apparently. They keep shitting them out, don't they, of the classical world. They say 4,000 years old, so, you know, biblical Bronze Age style, but check it out. And I found some weird stuff with this site. So many similarities to Puma Punko. You got to ask yourself, what is going on? Is it the same people? So it's melted. They put something on the top since it's been melted. But I don't know whether you can make out these doors. I'll show you a better image. They have the same intricate razor cut, you know, entrances. Now look at all of these as well, guys. What do you reckon on them? If I was to hazard a guess, I would say the entire hill has been mud flooded. This is mud that came in later. I would say all of this civilization is under this mud, and I would say that that is all you can see of it, and it's been completely melted, as you can see. It's completely melted. Not all of the classical world was melted, by the way. Not all of it. Look. Whoa. Look at this. See, if you go to these sites, guys, and this stuff's just laying around. It's just mental. And, you know, you just see the mud just dripping. It just turns to liquid. Look at these walls as well. So, Tlos, it's an interesting word as well. Tlos. This is all old masonry, all in that hill there. God, I'd love a walk around something. And lower levels, I said the entire hill as well, didn't I? Look, lower levels down here with the same melted entrances. There, better image. So, some of the doors look exactly like Pumapunku. In Peru, what they do in, this is a world away, sort of proving that, they was one people's. So they got an amphitheater here as well at Tlos. Apparently big enough to hold 2,500 people. So it's a considerable size enclosure and a considerable size complex. I can see some circles there. Can you see them? Well, they're laying down columns. They're laying down columns. And there as well. Can you see them? Circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way there. These circles there. They've used the old architecture to shore up this wall with the old columns laying them down. Seen this over again. Interesting. And most of the masonry is too big to lift, and it's just like, thousands of years old, they say. Like that bit there, just buried in the mud. Imagine digging that mud out and finding what this thing is here, guys. I would be so tempted. This is why I loved archaeology so much, just to be able to dig in and find out what nobody has seen for so much time. What do you make of them? The tops are some breathing system for underground in the hill itself, maybe. They look like they could be vents, air vents of some sort, maybe. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Difficult to say. Now, here, you got to really appreciate how similar this is to Pumapunku. It looks like this must have had a very futuristic electric door or something. No, really. Whatever clicks in these is not door hinges conventional, and there's strange, uniquely cut right angles inside, and identical to Peru, but in Turkey, identical, showing the same people that built this originally, that culture, the Phoenicians. And why the inlaid windows? I would suggest that this is for some sort of strength, and it also looks like sound proofing. So something maybe acoustical defense, and maybe more as well. But, really struck me that they were so similar to Pumapunku. So that is Tlos in Turkey. Classical world melted. Right. Green people. Now, Dean Stockwell, the actor out of Quantum Leap, yeah. What's going to happen next, Ziggy? We all know Dean Stockwell, don't we? He's the devil's little gimp. That one. He was a child prodigy, and he starred in a film in the 1950s called The Boy with Green Hair. And it just showed how horrible people are, with like anybody's a bit different, they don't like it. I've had it my entire life, guys. So I know that feels. It makes me stronger. I know what wankers everyone else is. Anyway, have you heard about this? The Green Children of Woolpit. Mel, anybody? Have you heard about this? Oh, hiya, Ginny. Hi, lovely. The legend of the Green Children of Woolpit concerns two children of unusual skin colour who reportedly appeared in the village of Woolpit in Suffolk, England, sometime in the 12th century. Perhaps during the reign of King Stephen. The children, a brother and a sister, were of a general normal appearance except for the green colour of their skin. They spoke in an unknown language and would only eat raw broad beans. Eventually, they learned to eat other food and lost their green colour, but the boy was sickly and died soon after, and his sister were baptized. The girl adjusted to a new life, and she was considered to be rather loose and wanton in her conduct. After she learned to speak English, the girl explained that she and her brother had come from St. Martin's Land, a subterranean world inhabited by green people. So dig, green boy and girl turn up. He's bumped off in no time. Okay, she's baptized, so into the Phoenician paradigm. Dodgy magic spell going on there, right there. And eventually, she coughs up St. Martin's Land. subterranean world inhabited by green people underneath us. So I've been looking at the map for this. There's actually a small island, St. Martin's Land as well, but really interesting that they come from underground. I've looked up the Chronica Angelicum, and I've got little inserts from that, but I'm not sure if I got them in this post, maybe on a later one. So yeah, highly interesting that they came from a place below. And what's the English Antichrist poet and critic Herbert Reed wrote about it in 1931. The Whirl Pit, Green Church, Green Children. There they are. Abandoned Babes in the Wood. Oh yeah, Babes in the Wood. What about the Water Babies as well, guys? The Railway Children. Have you ever seen that? Anyway, isn't that unusual? So I'm thinking they came from an underground world. It just sort of shows that people turn up, they're not speaking this language, and they ain't from here. The Green Children of Woolpit. Interesting. Talking to children. Now, I think this could be some anti-Jewish pamphlet from antiquity, is what I'm thinking. It's from the year I-675. And although I have got a book showing that the Jews actually have been expelled for one reason or another, excuse me, from literally every country in the world for their whatever belief system. But what we got here is this pamphlet that was put out in this year, okay? And it's in German. And basically what you got is this woman, she's crying, and this guy is escorting a small child out, okay? He's saying, fuck off, everything will be all right, we're the social services, she's safe in our hands, okay? And they guide the child away. So what they do with the child? Well, they stick it on some sort of table, and they slit its throat and chop off its head. So what they do with the head? Well, this geezer feels it necessary to take the head and show it to somebody who's in a bunker or in a cell or something right here. So it looks like the lady, she's brought some sort of thing in, she protesteth here in the bag. And as you can see, there's a guy who's sort of in a cell here with a G over it. There's no bars on it, whatever. He's in a mud flood cellar, and he's been given whatever's in this ominous bag here. I'm afraid you have to learn to read Middle German to find out what that is exactly saying. But the premise is this lady's had a child removed, head chopped off, murdered, and they give the head to somebody in a mud flood cellar. And then the army turns up. And look at that door half buried. So what's going on? I don't know. It's just epically weird, and it's sort of flat of British epic weirdness. Now, ton of murder. Did you know? You know, Shatner said he went up to Bozos. He went up to space in Bozos' dick ship. Yeah. After the Virgin one went up. The Virgin went up first, and then the dick went up. Anyway, William Shatner's wife found dead in pool. Okay. So in August 1999, the wife of actor William Shatner was discovered dead at the bottom of the couple's swimming pool after apparent drowning. So there was suspicion of foul play. Does anybody know about this? Do they? Okay. Now, it seems that she had her neck broke and was covered in bruises in the bottom of the pool. So he put it down in court. It was like, yeah, the bitch was a pisshead, man. She was just flitting out and flopping, and just bruised herself and snapped her neck as you would in the pool. Yeah. You ever heard of a guy called Michael Barrymore? Anyway, absolutely not. Okay, somebody says here, and he says Shatner died. Mareen Shatner died because she was full of alcohol from time before, and Bill Shatner got married, so saying she was an old pisshead. She was warned by several people, including Nemra Leroy, of her addiction. But what it says later is she was covered. So that's the official thing, is she's a pisshead. Okay, so that's just fucking chucking her away, isn't it? This is a mystery. Yes, Nerin did have alcohol and drugs in the system, like everybody. But what what puzzles is she had bumps and bruises. So sounds a bit like Robert Wagner and what wood don't float? Natalie Wood. Yeah. The most damning item was her neck broke. Okay, so she drowned in the pool. She got flitted about a bit, got a few fucking bumps and bruises, and then snapped her neck at the bottom pool. Yeah, that could happen. That's definitely what went down. Fuck no. That's stupid. Obviously, something more sinister. Good job she wasn't a butcher's daughter. That could have gone very bad for her. She would only have hit her head, not broke it. If she was pissed and she went in the pool, right, guys? Probably the water breaks that up. So he gets away with murder. Okay, apparently she's a wife's a cokehead. Yeah, and like Bill's not taking any coke or any adrenochrome at 90 years of fucking age. So only 20 years ago, he's implicated in the death. I wonder how many other wives have gone missing before this point. I have to research that. So anyway, so he gets away with murder, and then a little time later, everyone's supposed to be like, oh yeah, he's a good man, he's really honest, he definitely wouldn't do anything wrong, and he definitely went to space, even though he got away with murdering his fucking wife. Or not. So this, I never liked this guy. Why didn't I like him? Because every time he's in Britain, he's over here hanging around with Russell Brand, which sort of stinks to high hell. Plus, I heard a conversation once where he was screaming and abusive on his daughter on a telephone that was on the internet. And he was like, you better be fucking ready for me when I come home. It was like, oh dear, oh no. So like the guy's a Pete though. Guy's really weird. I don't like any of the Baldwin. Yeah. Would you have him as your babysitter? Coming in, mister. It'll be £5 an hour and just going down a pub. Nothing will happen. Yeah. We see how this went down in the film fucking Tommy. Yeah. This is not going to happen. This guy's beady eyes. Yeah. So, apparently he makes a film and Russell Brandon scenario happened. Russell Brandon Gate is basically somebody gave him a loaded gun and he went and fucking shot some fuckers, apparently. So, as you do when you're on a movie scene. So, the firearms expert has been asking to comb the scene in a movie set involving Alec Baldwin because he's gone and shot some fuckers. Okay. Fatal shooting. There you are. He shot this guy. Russ, actor, speaks out. Oh, there he's speaking out. So, there he is. He's a Masco as well. And can you remember maybe 3-4 days ago, he was saying, you better get jabbed up, you stupid fucks. Can you remember that? So he killed cinematographer Rust. So sorry, I don't like you, Rust. So I wonder what'll happen to him now. Told guns were safe before shooting. Absolutely nothing's going to happen to him. He's just going to walk like they all walk, like Shatner walks. Yeah, because they're in the club, yo. Gun was hot. So yeah, why would you have a loaded gun on a movie set anyway? What a load of fucking bullshit that is. Same with Brandon Lee, you know, he was a sacrifice. They definitely had to get rid of him. He was going to be fan-fucking-tastic, wasn't he? Bruce Lee's son. Yeah, and he wasn't like Chinese, so he was very popular amongst Hollywood. And the guy was fab. The film Crow is fantastic. He would have been like epic if he'd lived. Anyway, I'm going to come back for a bit and I'm going to share some more stuff. We're coming up to images of the day. I've got 877 of you watching. I'd love to know what you're all thinking, so I'm coming back for a minute. I'd love to know what you're all thinking. Oh, no, it's 900 and odd of you, 928. No, share this out and get 1,000 people. If you have got sharing ability, share this on Facebook, share this on Twitter, okay? And share this wherever. It doesn't even matter. I like this video if you did. And we haven't got to the funny stuff yet and all of the images of the day. I got a movie for later. I'm going to have to rush through with some more information because, guys, we got a lot, okay? We got a lot to get through. Now, happy. So what you said about Brandon Lee died on your birthday, Flat Forever, did he? Well, what date was that, brother? Just out of interest. Pop that in a minute. Brown Eye Clowns, good to see you, my lovely Moonbeam Midge. You're beautiful in autumn colour, aren't you, Moonbeam Midge? Not that you wouldn't be any other colour, I'm just saying, especially nice in autumn colours. Carrie, oh, you are all so lovely. I'm so lucky. You know, think about it. Got all you groovy people hanging out with me on a flat day night. How lucky am I? I know. And you're all cool. No, I bet not one of you have got a mask on. Am I wrong? Anyway, I gotta put these on. Oh, that's better. Right then. More information. I'm going to get 2 images today. I got so much to get through, guys. Loot Jewels, good to see you. Carrie, hi, lovely. Smell very fishy. Did you know about that? About Shatner and his wife? Was that news to you? Well, I'm thinking about all that bullshit come up with next week, and all that's happened. Doesn't really inspire credibility, does it? Brandon was not a common name, but 2 suddenly showed up in Zeitgeist and smell a spell. Yeah, no, that's a good point there as well. Indeed, they do that. All is in plain sight. My friend Mel went and got them. She went and just picked up a jab thing to basically see if we can get a sample, a test pack. So we could sort of take the shit apart and see what's in it or what have you. Fucking hell. You're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't. They want you to have all sorts of weird shit. And it's all bullshit, guys. They're insane, aren't they? Fuck. Chevy, good to see you, Flat Firms. And George is here. Oh, I'm brother. How am I today? I'm okay, George. My headache's gone now. I've had a productive week. I'm feeling very happy about my productive week. Oh, don't heroize me, Bex. Just, it's not really my thing. And I guess embarrassed about things like that. You all think I'm this really super truther guy. I'm just a bloke in my council flat with a creepy brother that's a chronic masturbator staring over my shoulder all day. Fucking lucky to be alive, by the way. Skate pack. It's my brother, though, and his family's. What are you going to do? Squirrel sniper. I may pay someone else to do it. Anyway, squirrel sniper, my brother. What are you saying? The King Snuggle had to see the man about a dog. Ain't you sick of Star Dog? Why is everyone in the world on fucking Star Dog? There must be the biggest plantation of Star Dog in the world the government have made. Just saying. Don't matter where you are in the world. What are you smoking? Star Dog. 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 It doesn't matter where you are in the world. And there's Dean. Good to see you. It used to be Chem Dog, and then they just fucking, like they do with all of this fucking franking weed. Bring back the old stuff. All is forgiven. Yeah, we need more than sativa and indica. Sniffer, where's all the other strains? And where's Afghani Black? Port ID, good to see you. Darby, my friend, a woman you can't touch. I'm not sure what that is about. I'm not going there either. Brown eyes. Oh, yeah, lovely. Carol, Stella, no fucking way. And Hippie Shake, who's got a lovely dog. We're going to see she's got a little beagle. We're going to see in images of the day. Oh, I love dog images. She's got the best little cute face as well. Moonbeam. Curtis. Lovely little eyes. Lindsay. See a photo of you just now came up on my video feed. You see that? You, that is, Lindsay. Thinking that's there a lot to learn. Oh, we got so much to learn. We learn together is the best part of it. Okay. And at this stage, it's madness. It's madness. They call it madness. Now, who give me that? Oh, thank you, Dabby Jack. You're very, very kind. America, take 25% of that. 30% of that. Because apparently they got the money and they need a bit more of mine. So anyway, let's share some more shit and let's get through it all. Make sure that 900 of you share this out, please. Sorry to be so pleasy, but YouTube are killing me. It's hard to survive on YouTube. I'm sure many content providers are finding the same as me. I don't doubt it whatsoever. I am not popular. So, well, I might be with you lot, but I really am not with YouTube. So this is an interesting little thing. Okay, now it's in German, and I can give you the link, but I'm wondering about this Industrial Revolution plant. Apart from it being in the remnants of old brickwork and stuff, and this giant building with this arch, what exactly is in the arch? And what is this chimney for? What is it? Is it underground? Because what is feeding this chimney, which is smoking? Is it underground? And these look like stacks from a modern cooling stacks from a modern power station. And what is this? Is it a blue? Can you see that? Really couldn't say what that is. There's some crazy shit in this book. I can't work out what half of it is. Look at this place. Huh? And is that a wheat field? No, it's the sea. You see that? And what is that? Like a lighthouse being smashed. Well, we want to be out in that weather. So yeah, there are quite a few, 250 images. I went through a few last night, but I thought, oh my God, they're so fabulous. Look at this. You see giants, all sorts in these books. Sacred elephants, Chinese. These are sort of wonders of the world book, if you like, but beautiful engravings, as you can see, which I will link, and you can go through yourself at your own leisure. I'm just going to give you a few examples. Look at all this. Shows masonry left in fields. The city below. The reset world. Check it out. So yeah, there's literally hundreds of cool images. I can't go through them all, but I would like to link stuff up to you. Check that one out. Ooh, I bet that's haunted. All these old Victorian places are haunted as fuck, yo. So an old landing platform from the past. A balloon could nicely fit on that. Jeez, that's big. It's got like a massive building on the bottom. And it looks like a fasces. And it's got a landing platform on the top. And it looks like an Eros type of affair, but one of their classical cottages. Ooh. And digging out mines. All about the mining in the past, wasn't it? Sorry, don't speak German, which is a shame. I would like to learn German. I can see what that says. Oh, look, they sort of added colour. There's trippy. Can you see that? Yeah, they sort of added a little bit of colour into the water. Oh, that's nice. See that, guys? Twippy. That is there, isn't it? I'm only joking. Wow, look at that place. Wow. What is that? In Portugal. Wow, look at that for Antiquitech. Perfect symmetry in that building. You could draw a line down there and it would be identical either side. Big symmetry with these. What's that on the end? It's a cliff. Oh, that's interesting. What's on the other side? Bit of grass. Wow. Anyway, look at this. Like the deep paths or the mud all up this side. Little wall there. Sunken paths are definitely a part of mud flood, guys. How many times you've been in a country path and the field is like 10 foot above your head? How many times, guys? Look, they've even put colour in there. How lovely. Looks like Buckingham Palace. But it's the Louvre. The Louvre. Which I think is covered in paper. Oh, that's beautiful. Manchester. Okay, Manchester. So we're going to some England stuff, yeah? Jeez. All of the mills of Manchester. I bet the air was rancid in Manchester in the past. Harburg, I've been there. It's further down the river than Hamburg. I had a really good night in Harburg. Wow, I didn't know it looked like that, though. Yeah, remember that well that night. So, oh, more German cities. I wonder why I went from Manchester to Germany again. Size of this Antiquitech thing. Wow, got a bell in it. So anyway, can't go through all them forever. I've got too much to show you. So I'm going to link that up below this video following this video. In about half an hour after this video, all will be linked up. All of these crazy images, this beautiful color, the Phoenicians landing here. Some religious stuff going on. MP. Yo. Oi. And check these buildings out. So Phoenician ships, Phoenician whales even, as you can see. Okay. Athens. It's supposed to be Athens. Excuse me. Oh, shit. It just slipped down. Wow, where did that go? So it's supposed to be Athens. Okay, so where is Mount Olympus? Have we got any star footage? No, we got these weird rocks and we got this weird sort of road. Oh, so many towers. These are all different cities. They got to be all the way to the top of there, and one up there as well. Wow. What is going on with that? And so many towers as well. Seem to have flame coming out of them. Is that cannon fire? Wow. That is one strange map. And then two hills. I don't know what to think about that. But there is stacks in this book of religious sort of strangeness. And you can see here mountains, maps, really cool maps. And some strange stuff going down, which I will just show you there. Alpine expeditions. So I will share them with you at the end of this video. And this one here is of giants in Tartaria. So this is Chinese Tartar. I've shown this in the Lead Van der Haar atlas. As you can see, there's lead there. And you can see the emperor is a big giant. And he has guards here, one there and one there, which are also giants. So not only with the Phoenicians, with the Chinese Tartars as well, the elites are giants. And also the guard are giants. And they're what? You know, these are people size, so I wouldn't even like to say 100 foot. They've got to say. So this is the Dutch ambassadors tours of the world in Lead Van der Haar atlas, and he went to Tartaria. And what he's seen there. He had a banquet, and they show Tesla coils. You see Tartari. This is in Tartaria. You do see a lot of carnage go down, but you usually do in Lead Van der Haar. Usually a lot of people getting killed. Check this out for energy. Tesla Tower, Tesla Tower. Wow, check it out. Superb. Made of porcelain. We've proved about 4 years ago now on Flat Earth British when I found these originally. Built for giants, would you say? So this is the Mosque Sophia in Constantinople. Wow. So this has gone through Byzantine and Muslim, Christian control over the years. And it is built for giants. It is absolutely massive. All these places are built for giants. Because the ruling class were giants and into strange cults. So the magnificence of the Emperor of China, who's a giant, who's worshipping death cults, a bit like Christianity. And the size of that crown over him, guys. Who would that fit? No, I don't look like the emperor. That emperor's not a giant. The other guy was. Oh, he is a giant. These are people. Oh, he's a giant. All right. And you've got eagle's wings open on balls, exactly with Zeus. And this is Chinese Tartaria, guys. And these strange Phoenician deities, which we've seen many times here as well. The many-armed Brahma, but in this case, it's not. It's just evil entities. It's everywhere in the world is worshipping these strange idols at this period. It's the weirdest thing. I really don't feel this realm in the Pierre Van der Haar atlases is our realm. Something going on. It's just too weird. Look, like this for example, the tower. You know, what's this? They like literally hung him on spikes and he's hanging off the tower. So they do extra barbarity in people on pikes in Pierre Van der Haar. And slavery, as you can see, he's got a neck in chains. In fact, I would go as far as to say that all slavery. In the John Strew's book, when he goes traveling across Tartary, he writes that the world is in desolation. The world has been wrecked. And he gets to Tartary and he witnesses all of this stuff and the craziness. Looks like a lot of illumination going on there. All of it fireworks. Well, the Chinese been mad for fireworks for a long, long time. And they had free energy. They have panpipes and music. Tribal sort of music. While you're getting down to cooking up your best mate, because it's what he would have wanted. And a bit of strange meat, like I said. The whole world seems to like strange meat. And is that just the ruling classes? And this is the cafe where they're going to serve him up later. Yeah. Cheeks on toast. Just saying. That's what's going down in the weird ass world of the past. So there's a camp. See if they're going to do any more. So here's the Chinese guy. He's a giant. Look at the size of him. He's a whopper, isn't he? Look at him compared to the horse and the man there. So as again, the ruling class is a giant, a bully, probably taking control, and from appearances, liking to eat strange meat. But I'm not sure whether that's just the Dutch turning up, demanding that, because it's the East India Company, and they were known to be evil anyway, weren't they? So, eating more human flesh, tongue, intestines. Oh dear, 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 dear. So, Mad Max time. I'm guessing there was a lot of food around, maybe, but they had a lot of opulence and buildings. So why are they going to eating strange meat? Look at these things. Really weird. And antiquitents as well. Fantastic antiquitents. And we got blue. Oh, wonder what's happening on top of the elephant. Some sort of seating arrangement going on in there. So it looks like the Mongols, or the great king of Mongol, the giant. He's got it going on, except for his eating habits needs to be looked at. Okay. Bless you, my son. Well, don't be less me. You've got a couple of quid. What's happening up there? History of Persia. So, history of Persia. Right, we come to Persia then. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune. Where it stops, nobody knows. Somebody doing a self-portrait of Satan, as you do. And some just weird shit going down wherever you are in these books. Look at this place. 1700s. What do you reckon that is? Huh? What the fuck do you reckon that is? Looks like a futuristic Dubai-style skyscraper in the past. Just crazy, crazy. So, I will link this book of Tartaria by Lied van der Haar to you in the descriptions box below, which shows they're just the craziest quality engravings you will ever see. Because Pierre van der Haar was a genius. And there was some technology going on, not necessarily engraving. Oh, right. Is this a giant? I don't know, but he's seen better days. Somebody giving him a kissage. Bit of dancing going down. They're ready with the spoons. Is he dead yet? Is he dead? No, he's not quite dead yet. Oh, can we have him? We're hungry. So that's in Virginia. Ceremony. Ceremony in Virginia. So that could be America. Check that city in the background. Obelisks. Pyramids. In what is supposed to be China. Is that so? And they're looking Chinese. He's got a massive happy hat on. So that will be shared to you. You can enjoy this and look at more detail in your own time, because I have got to get on. I've got an hour left. The size of him. I'm trying to get through as much information, but I still have quite a bit actually to get through. So I do apologize for not being able to show you all. Excuse me. I'm not sure what's going on there. Look at the skulls and all like the death cult symbols all over the fronts of these buildings. And all this high energy idols. No shit. They've gone completely mental. And it's not even Hindu, this is. It's like Phoenician death cult stuff. We see these same icons in America as well, and South America, places like Borneo, we've seen them. So having a game there or something. Checkers maybe. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Get like a glimpse of what it was like in another reality. With the strangest shit going on. This is circus stuff. Look, he's balancing on top of a pole. Buffoons. Betlers et buffoons. So, circus people. Buffoons. Right. We're moving on because I got too much to get through. So I'll link that up following this video. More information. This is of the Louvre, which I just showed just now. I've got a feeling that the Louvre was also built for giants, because some of these halls are ridiculously big. In fact, that guy there, compared to this guy here, and this guy here, and these guys here, he looks remarkably big, doesn't he? He looks at least 8 foot tall, doesn't he? Compared to the others, would you concur? I don't think it's perspective either, because that guy's just next to him, really. Yeah, so he's big. So I think in the, Versailles, the Louvre, and all of these places with the fine art, Venetian art. Look at it. Built by giants. How else do you get to the ceilings to do these? Off of ladders? You break your neck doing that. And the size of the halls and the doors, look. Why would you have a door that big? Because these are half the size. But it would make more sense for him, being a whopper. What's in the picture? Can't make it out. So yeah, I think the Louvre as well, the museum, is also a place for giants. Now, images of the day. Let's go through these, and I got some film to show you then as well. Now, the Phoenicians coming in. Look at this for a weird painting. So we got a guy who's like drowned, but check this out, guys. Got some castles like on top of this here. Got the obelisks going on, a door going into this. What looks like maybe it was a building at some stage, but it could be melted. And all incorporated into this really futuristic looking city. Really futuristic looking. Giant cannon there. Very unusual picture. And use the Greeks again. Look at the Greeks, how the beautiful Phoenician world looked. And these ships coming in the world of sirens and ziplines and just strange shit. So this is apparently an iron derrick, which was in Brooklyn docks. They say it's a derrick. I'm wondering whether it was something else. I don't see any ships about. Check this out. It was just for lifting stuff. They say it was a derrick, a crane. Was it really? Was that really a derrick, or are we looking at some sort of Tesla tech? These were banned in Holland in the 1860s, I think it was. They were worn by women in Holland, and they are made of metal, looks like gold or copper, and it covered your brain pan. And they had these things. I think it was a bit of technology going on. And why did they ban them? And what were they protecting themselves from? Or was it indeed a technology? Anyway, they were wearing them in Holland in the past. I think they're tech. About this Liedtke. So this is basically not Liedtke's version, but we'll have a look at Liedtke's Coral Castle in a little while. But look at this out of shells. This wherever this is in France land. But it does look like Coral Castle. It's fabulous, isn't it? The effort gone into it. The Coral Castle story, we'll look at a little bit. I included him in my literature. I've talked about Liedtke a fair few times. So collecting energy in the past as well, using lens for focusing sun rays. The energy would be collected, okay, oil into circular pipes, and then it would convert steam into electrical energy. So in the desert, In the past, they were using solar energy to convert to boil steam to run a dynamo. So free energy, fuel us from the sun. Why aren't they doing it all now, guys? Just saying, you know. Ooh, my cursor's playing up. I hope you can't hear that. This is your Brian after watching a Flat Earth British vlog. Yeah, it's like all over the place, isn't it? Don't worry. It's all good. See? Why, in all of reality, did the creator make bunny rabbits so cute then? That's a baby bunny rabbit, by the way. Yeah, Cucina. I don't know what animal this is. He lives in a snowy land, but he looks like he loves you. And he looks like he loves his little kids as well. It's like they're all smiling at you. It's like, I loves them. I love you. I'm a sloth thing. I don't know what it is. But it looks really happy. It's got wicked claws and a cute face. Ah, so why is nature so cute? Anybody know? I'm just saying. That's bullshit. See ladybugs, or we call in Britain ladybirds, they're motherfuckers. Eat you alive, they will. I know they're beautiful creatures. I know. But I got eaten alive once by a load of them. I was working in mud, actually, building cofferdams when I was building in the summer, boiling hot. I got attacked by, like, all of them. And, like, literally, they ate me alive. I still had about 100 bites. They were bastards. So I'm not really fussed on them. Look at this. This is what happens to the world when you leave her alone. Nature takes it back. Isn't that lovely, guys? I'd live in a grass house like that, as long as I had, you know, internet. So, yeah, what happened was, right, I discovered radiation was really deadly, and then I realised that later, if anybody was ill in anywhere, I could kill them with my incredibly dangerous particles that I'm playing with right now. But don't worry, it will all go well because I look so ill and fucked. I will soon be brown bread. Because I don't know, they weren't really popular women scientists in the past. And look at what, you know, what she did. Wank. Use these battle elephants again. Imagine 100 of these coming down, completely protected from electromagnetic protection. You wouldn't need a tank. Yeah, I wouldn't want a tank. Well, I would want a tank. I'm just saying an elephant would be fun. So, fisheye lens is a boyfriend of the globe. Okay, this is a plane with a fisheye lens, and like they show you with globe pictures, it like got a curve on it, but not in real life. In real life, these wings are flat. This is the effect of the fisheye lens, the favored camera lens of any globe believer for this reason, in case you didn't know. Okay, hope you can hear my cursor making stupid fucking sounds. Where you just see buildings, you see advanced technology, as we have just shown you. These look like the top of these buildings in Tartaria. Tesla technology. And it all went to shit in the past. Everyone's like, I'm going to bite your ear off, sink in the mud. He's got a little electric thing there, look. As you would. But don't worry, somebody built an ark. There's Noah's little flashy ark. Not like anything you've seen before, is it? So, biblical flood in a Dura type picture. I'm not sure if that is Dura. He'd have his name in the bottom. Oh, it is. It is Dura in I344, a Dura engraving Armageddon again. So I use one of these Phoenician cottages, and I find it weird that how many of them I've seen when they are actually looking at you in statue form, like following you with their eyes. Apart from the fact they show you that they're giants, they seem to make them spookily lifelike, as I will show you. So we got the serpent, the cobra, same as the Egyptians. And we get up to her face, and what you see is, excuse me, is human. It looks human. It doesn't even look like a statue. She's looking right at the camera. Is she not? Like she's there. And the arms even look real. It doesn't even look like they're and she's got a homunculus. Angel's giving her the lolly for control, but really she doesn't even look like her arms don't even look like a statue because of the roundness. It seems like she's got proper female arms, and the face is like looking straight at you. And I've seen this so many statues of Phoenicia, and I find that uncanny. Apart from the fact that she's absolutely massive, she's looking right at you. So my cursor just disappeared. There it is. Now, Hippie Shake, who is in chat now, who is my friend Teresa, she bought a little dog, and it's a beagle, and there it is there. It's cute as anything. So we're going to go, Tweezer's dog. And she's obviously spoilt it. Look at all the stuff she's bought him. That's going to be one spoiled dog, that is, Teresa. Lovely. So somebody took a photograph of swab test. Like I said, my friend got one this week for the fuckery in there. And it's got, look at this. So home test, result in minutes. Why have they got a picture of antenna? That's a 5G tower, guys. It's even got the beams coming out of it. So they got a 5G tower, smart science sample. COVID and 5G in the same thing. And my friend, I think Rourke sent me this of what she's got, like a load of books of old Tataria, and this one's like French Revolutionary stuff. And you got the All Seeing Eye and a giant fasces. A resetting fasces, which we've seen so many times. So this is an interesting picture. It's two rivers, okay, coming from different directions, different color water, and when they meet at the meander, they don't mix. They don't mix. They stay separate. Different temperatures, different density of water or viscosity of water. It's hard to say, but whatever, they do not mix. They stay separate. Two separate rivers. Really not mixing at all, JT. It's really weird. Different viscosity water, different, just doesn't mix. Maybe this is more briny, but yeah, really weird. Did anyone ever notice that with their cursor? Yeah, it's going to make you think again next time you look down at your cursor, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Who knew? I know. I knew. Well, I do now. So there's Bezos, look, going up with his murderer buddy, or sending his murderer buddy up. So it's a wonder he didn't have his groupies in like bikinis, popping champagne and screaming like stupid fuckers. Yeah. So he went up in a knob because he is big knob. Here he is, Mini Me. I think Mini Me's all right though, and Dr. Evil's definitely the best character in the films. So yeah, no rocket looks like that anyway. It's fucking stupid. Rockets have always looked like rockets. They don't look like penises. If you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, you can hear "fuck Joe Biden." Apparently, they said on Chi Ching Chung. And then he said, "You just ate the most acid I ever seen anyone take in my whole life." Fucking vodka, man. Where are the helium balloons attached? Why are there helium balloons attached to the ceiling? Now, it's a biggie, this. I think the clue to helium. Fucking stupid. If there is no gravity and there is no up and no down. And why it's supposed to be 80,000 pounds a kilo. This guy here is taking his fucking keyboard up, and he's taking his saxophone up. And it's 80,000 pounds a pound to take it up to space, apparently. So that's like £500,000 saxophone there, and his keyboard cost him about $1 million to get it up. But don't worry, that's all right. Stupid as fuckness. And this is not real. You got exactly the same coat on as Bezos. These are all superimposed, as is the badge, as is the jacket. His head is basically deep faked on exactly the same top as Bezos. They're not the same. It's all bollocks. And he probably told his wife. Biden administration hires Aborigines to administer COVID vaccine. That would work. Have you seen the size on them pipes? They're about 20 foot long, and you can like literally pierce someone to the wall with them. Yeah, they're fucking epic. I'd love to go blow pipe, but not killing anything, obviously. Jab this pilot. I dare you. That's the one out of the airplane, isn't it? I know what happens to him. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Ever seen a grown man naked? This is in Holland. Apparently they got a nice little thing going on in Holland. Check that environment. Do you like that? Nice to have little boats pulling in, but I bet they're like Stepford wives there. Yeah, I bet they're like, are you a stranger? You a stranger, aren't you? I doubt it, though. They're the Dutch. So I live in Ely in Cardiff. And this is like 120 years ago on Ely Bridge where I live. And all of this is gone now. We had 3 breweries on the River Ely because basically the generations that went before me were all chronic alcoholics. They knocked this bridge, beautiful little mud-covered stone bridge, down and replaced it with a really, really hideous steel bridge they put there in the 60s. Terrible thing. But yeah, that's how we looked in the past. I wish I could go back in time, walk around Ely 100 years ago, and see how better it was. So the Ely kids, I was one of them, but like 130 years later or 100 years later. We're onto this shop. Look at that door. It's like, fuck me, what was in that coffee this morning? Fuck me. Look at that building, man. It's doing a drippy. Yeah. Looks like also a Fibonacci golden ratio. It is. Or bass clef, which it is as well. It's got divine proportions and a wonky door. Close shop. Cool. Well, this lady's good. Talk about foresight. Depopulation through forced vaccine, the zero carbon solution. And this lady has kept this newspaper since 2011. She took it to some sort of protest. Good on you. Now, with Shatner going on about, to CNN and all these different news things that he did mention globes once. All he's going on about is the thin blue line and how easy it is to pollute it, etc. And carbon tax business. And you can see that this is a closely tied psyop, and they were definitely going with this CC climate change thing. They're pushing it like no tomorrow. Here's a sample of aquamarine. Is this a bit of the actual dome, I wonder? It's a beautiful, beautiful see-through sky-colored crystal, the aquamarine. Looks like the sky, doesn't it? Strange structure to it as well. You can see proper geometry going on in that. It's crystalline build-up. And, excuse me. Colored agate. I love samples of stone. I collect them. I have them sent to me to tourmaline samples, and I just absolutely love crystals. You can set them up for like really powerful. Look at this amethyst and smoky quartz mix. Do you love crystals, guys? Yeah, they're so fucking expensive, some of them now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think that one's smoky as well. Look how it bubbles as well. Geological circumstances would make that. And agate inside the agate, it's agate inside lava. This outside bit is pitted, is lava, and it's trapped a crystal inside of it, which is really beautiful. I have some lava myself. And look at that. Pink quartz, absolutely beautiful. Looks a bit like amethyst, but completely transparent. Stuff's just amazing. Looks like water, solid water. It really does. So they collected a lot of prisoners in Germany, I guess, after the hideousness of D-Day and all the tens of thousands of smelling, rotten, burning German corpses that the British had to put up with. They collected some of them. And Hans was a very, very tall chap. How many pictures have we seen of really, really big German prisoners, guys? Loads, don't we, in both wars? How many have we seen of British prisoners? That's right. I haven't seen any, but I've seen loads and loads of German massive prisoners. And this guy looks a 6-footer anyway. So what's he, guys? 7-footer? He's a big boy. Ah, true love amongst the squirrels. I love you. I love you too. I love you. Shall we make baby squirrels? Yes, later. And elephants too. Look. See, elephants, like, they remember everything. And if you're a cute kid, yeah, elephants will go like that on your head with their trunk and tuft your hair if you're cute, kid. And they like you as well because they're really, really lovely. I love elephants. They're really lovely. And they're clever. And they're wise. And they remember shit as well. They don't forget. These couple of chimpanzees having a cutch, having a cuddle. See, before they go out and do their chimpanzee date things, they have a little cutch and cuddle just like people. Only, unfortunately, in a lot of people's realities, because of truth, a lot of people are isolated because they don't really want to go out and talk to stupid people who go on about fucking television all the time. And COVID and Rona, because it's like backwards, isn't it? So a lot of the truthers are put in a predicament that they are lonely and can't really talk to anybody. Thank God for the community is what I say. Aurora Borealis, I've seen it myself. Highly trippy. Isn't it crazy how they sometimes just, they say it's highly charged particles, cosmic fucking stupid rays, but we know it's electromagnetic effect from the the magnetized light from the North Pole hole illuminated. There, I said it right. Oh, let me in thirsty. Better off now. So, and having a drink of water. Just the way I like them. Heinz beans means fat. So, like the Rolling Stones cover, which is hideous, with, I guess, no, it's not. It's Who? Roger Daltrey in a bath of beans. This lady is putting beans down there, but that's cold. Maybe it's really nice. It's messy. I don't know. Don't think about it too much, but she seems to be happy about it. So, another use for beans. Don't know. So there they are. There's a picture of the brother and sister there. I checked out. They're supposed to be like that. And the boy, not a boy with green hair, boy with green skin. So yeah, in 12th century, 2 children. Oh, excuse me, were found in Suffolk. And they were from somewhere else. St. Martin's land. A new land. It's that incredible and interesting, guys. Yeah, I'm really interested. Find out some more about that. And there's that crazy melted civilization of ginormous proportions and smashed from that one book I showed you earlier. This is a cover of a book I was looking at last night, but it was too much for one vlog. But what they do show you is, again, the buildings are there, ladders on them, and they're doing a bit of farming and what looks like either getting the mud out of what looks like a star fort or what they say is built in it, but you don't see anything built. You actually just see it there. And the Phoenician in the corner, Fione, is carrying a fasces, which is always part of it, because that's the control mechanism that they use. I'd love you to believe that it's cannonballs bouncing off of thick, 8-foot thick masonry. It's not. Look at Weinheim in the past. They always put their giant castles up on the hills to avoid any happening. So, also this French picture here. This building is massive, isn't it? It's 3 stories here, 4 stories. It's all like lower levels. Everything's mudded in it. And the trees around it are higher than the building, or the shrubberies are higher than the building. The Louisburg, Gardens of Prince in Louisburg. How did they get the trees and the shrubs like that? How is that even doable? Higher than a building. And that building's completely private then, isn't it? I don't know. So more than look at this map, because I can't really work out head or tail about this map, except for there's a lot of Phoenician sort of coding in it, etc. And what they do show you is date anomalies. So J303, J305, J3, J4, J4, and date anomalies right the way through. The map is absolutely crazy. I've seen the Holy Land, but I can't work out a lot of stuff. All I can say is the whole world is massively populated and literally covered in cities. Large cities. There must have been so many people. They're all spread out into duchies. They're not like massive cities, but look at the size of these. Everywhere is populated in this map. Everywhere. It's crazy. Where is it? I can't really tell you. It's the names in the language. I haven't even been able to match with anything that I recognize. Not yet. So, all names that I don't recognize, or geographical stuff that I don't recognize, but still data anomalies. So this is from Japan, and it's prior to World War One. But what they do show you is in the 1800s, they use in full wireless technology. You have a gantry here with one here, and there's some more technology over here. And in this camp in Japan, they are using in 1898, they are using wireless technology and wireless communications, as you can see. Probably got electric fences too. God, my cursor keeps making beeping noises. I hope you can't hear that. I really do apologize. And there's that thing with killing the Kidditch. And this is a Tartarian king. And apparently, Sham, the Tartarian king, is turning up according to this narrative here. And he's murdering everybody. So, a bit of bad press for old Sham Tartar. He's building in the city. And trampling and murdering everybody. Estates at the bottom. Okay. He died brute. So it's like in hideous ways as well. So a bit of bad press about the Tartarians. Can't tell you whether it's real. And processions. Giants again. They always seem to have giants in processions. Look at the size of this crown. Who's that for? The boss. The boss, who is a giantage. So Presbyterian Church, that's in Apollo, that town at the very beginning I showed you, that church on the hill that looks to be partially buried all into this. Looks a bit like it's buried under this hill, but it looks like it's pyramidical, you know, it's stepped up. All dirt outside, lower windows. You know, this is the top of a building. And that Apollo, something going on with that. Just can't work it out really. Just can't work it out. This is a Japanese Emperor's Palace, but what they show you is symbols for the Japanese hierarchy. It says Japanese Imperial Metropolis, and it's symbols for hierarchy. Some of them are like swastikas. They're not like British heraldry, but swastika there. But they're symbols for Japanese elitists, and you know, not dissimilar with the baton and heraldry that they have in Britain, just slightly different. And the Capitol building, left to rack and ruin after a reset. It'd be lush, don't worry about it. The size of this, I was thinking about battleships and how big that they actually became from wooden ships 70 years later to the dreadnought to the First World War. I thought, whoa, that was a quantum fucking leap from wooden ships to things of this size. Look at the size. They're painting it. It's in dry dock. But look at the size. All the action is below the plimsoll line. Okay. And, you know, I would have thought this is the only bit of the ship you're actually going to see. above sea level to the plimsoll line. And all of this is down below. All of that. All the action is below. This is a massive ship. It's crazy, isn't it, guys? Most of it is submerged and hidden. Check this out. This is in someone's sort of garden now, but they got a bit of stone, and it shows what looks like ancient technology has drilled a hole in this stone. Or heat, maybe. We see a lot of examples, but they've used it as a garden ornament because of its antiquity interest. So 1984, yeah, this is like poignant now, isn't it? We know we've gone beyond this, and history is a lie agreed upon, and history goes to the victors, and civilization is reset, just like a stage set, and a new audience, and a new, because this is a movie, guys. I don't know whether you noticed, you're in a movie, and it's a shit movie. It's a B movie. It's not a good movie at all. So they did do graphic art in one of the earlier 1984 books, which I find really cool. Somebody went to the effort. So I reckon that would have been really good, a graphic art version of 1984. But yep, this turned up yesterday on Facebook. Somebody thinking it might be, well, some people call it Nibiru, but there's another body up there, and there's one there as well. So the first thing that jumps to your mind is, oh yeah, well, it's the sun, it's a camera lens flare, but you can still see two spheres. The person run it through, and there's definitely 100% something there, isn't there? It's not the sun. It's a giant circle in the sky, and there's definitely something there. 100% something there. What is it? We don't know. But this is showing up more and more. Is this why they're chemtrailing like fuck to obscure when this sun or this whatever else, K2, whatever else is up there, shows? Age appropriate chores. Now, I wouldn't do chores. In fact, I was like, I am the chore king. I literally do not stop doing stuff. I like to keep fit. So 2 to 3 year olds make a bed. No. Pick up toys. No. Give daddy a haircut. No. File the taxes. No. Chainsaw the trees and bushes. Yes. Fuck yes. That seems reasonable. 4 to 5 years. Change spark plugs. Rub mummy's feet. Set the check bear traps. Clean the panic room. And be quiet for several hours. That would be completely impossible for yours truly. 6 to 8 year olds. Dust the driveway of the dog. Drive siblings to school. Wasp nest removal. Take trash and throw it into neighbour's lawn. Well, that's good. And 9 to 11 year olds. Bath grandpa. Reshingle the roof. Scrub the kitchen. And if you miss one spot, so help me God, you're starting over. And a 12 plus. Clean rain gutters, get a job, move out. That's cruel. Somebody can't spell. Roast beef and criminalized red onion. I love criminalized red onion. It's so naughty. Check this out. Tesla electrical wizard foresees a day when airplanes will be operated by radio transmitted power supplied by ground stations, as shown in the drawing above. Fuel-less plane. Electric motors run by wireless. Fuck yeah. That's not a tree, is it, guys? No? Well, what is it then? Because it looks like a tree to me. It looks like a proper tree, wouldn't you say? Well, they think it's a tree. I think it's a tree. I like to think it's a tree. It's a tree. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Did you see this? The King James Bible. Well, King James was a very, very popular, apparently, a demonologist. Okay, King James the First Bible. Okay, he was a demonologist. Demonology, the study of demons or of belief, demonic belief. So the guy who wrote the King James Bible was also a demonologist. I woke only to find the rest of the world was still asleep. I know how you feel, Leonardo. Got the same thing going on. There's not, though. There's loads of people awake, mate. Just gonna have to open a YouTube channel and then they'll all come. You should have built a bunker, Kitty. Yeah, giving you plenty of fucking warning now. 2 books. Millions of people now have seen. Yeah, I haven't shut the fuck up for years. I'm wondering how long it's going to take before they actually start listening. Probably when they look out the window and it's like, oh, fuck, Matt. We had all that time to get a breakaway civilization together so all of the flat earth British peeps could get away from the zombie Armageddon and live happily and all safe. Yeah? Just letting you know, guys, the option's there. What about these fuckers? Yeah, things to make go, yeah. 0G, except, oh, none of that floats because basically it is not real. And they all got their tucked in shirts because you all have to hide your harnesses. You see the harness in his trousers? All of them tucked in beltages, no matter what footage you see of the ISS, you will always see them with tight beltages and stupid shit going on. This church definitely knew about electric components or computer components because this church floor has identical, literally, I shit if you not, identical layout to this component chair. So this was probably some sort of components in the past. I think they use sandbags a lot more in antiquity than the lead and the snow guys, or we think, because literally sandbags left over a short period of time turned to stone. They literally patina and moss up and look like exactly like stone. So I think in a lot of antiquity, in a lot of cases, sandbags were used in antiquity because they definitely turned to stone, as you can see there. Turn to stone because I'm coming up. If smoking marijuana causes short-term memory loss, what does smoking marijuana do? Well, I think about that. Let that one slide. There he is, Liedtke. So how did this £100 Latvian immigrant construct a £2.2 million castle by himself? Coral Castle, I think it's in Florida land. He's a little guy. He looks a bit weird. Look at his eyes. But not really. Probably really nice. So he had a ladder, a gantry, and he had a little box on the top. Some say that he had Tesla tech in there, which basically he could make these things light as a feather and lift them all in place on his own at night. Nobody ever seen him do it. He didn't let no one else in, but he was managing to lift 20-ton blocks on his Todd at night and builds an entire coral castle. Liedtke definitely knew some technology of the Asians, which he brought from Latvia. Almost a relative. I'm Estonian. Look at that. Floating Starfort City. Did they all do that? Did they all do this? Lift up. This is a Starfort. It's got electromagnetic arcing coming out of the top bit. And you got like hands coming up here. And the thing is like levitating. Flying cities. Starforts. Could they have took off? Just saying. This, right, is when the Russians were getting in on like Miss World contest. It's like, America, they have Miss World. Have you seen Molly? He gets to have all of the best Miss Worlds. I think we should have a Miss World competition. Bring them in one at a time. Now, except for this gentleman here, everyone sat with their legs crossed. It's like, look at his face. Yeah, well, he's got his arm over there. Yeah? It's like, look at him. You gentlemen hiding stiffies. I'm just saying. So yeah, that's very improper. I wonder how she feels. Probably totally degraded. It's like they're all dirty leching at my bod. But later on, you'll be able to get 3 bottles of vodka and a packet of pork scratchings for your efforts. So all's good, and she's very pretty. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? Somebody stole basically a Patton tank. Yeah, big fuck off. 45-ton tank. And basically has a little car chase through like LA, downtown LA, rolling over cars, yeah, chasing gangbangers. I'm not sure if he ever let the cannon off, but it would have been fucking epic. Yeah. If you're going to steal a car, if you was going mental and you were doing I'm going to steal stuff mode, yeah, steal a fucking tank. Yeah. I want you to stream it live on Flat. Send me the video and I'll stream it live on Flat Earth British. Okay. Crazy Steve steals a tank live on Flat Earth British. Brilliant. This is supposed to be the Woolworths building, and I noticed something. That guy, I think he's superimposed. I don't think he's actually there at all. What's he standing on there? How did he get out there in the first place? And he just don't look right. It looks like he's cartoon cut out. Same as this guy. And I think it's the same for a lot of these New York photographs. So how did he get to the top of Woolworths building? And what's he doing? He's not doing shit at all, is he? He's not doing anything. Look at this building in the background, 2 towers. Top of the Woolworths building. I think they do this all the bloody time. So he's climbed out of the window and climbed up there on that high building. It's ridiculous. I think they're not there. I think they've been added. Now, this was a court case that went down in America. Okay, this lady, okay, she was working in the Titty Twister, a very popular, I guess you could say, go-go dancing bar. Okay, so they keep their clothes on, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, it's not like the modern world. So she's up in court. You can see the stenographer getting an eyeful, and the judge says, "I want you to bend over to see how much you are showing." But he's obviously American. Okay, I want to see how much you're showing. See if this is actually acceptable. The lady was forced, okay, to bend over and show the judge, who's looking very approvingly. I think he's got a hard decision to make. Yeah, I seen a pube. I think you got to go. But anyway, she gets away with it. These guys are of the Russian Orthodox and Shem Greek Orthodox cult. And what I noticed about them is they look like they're in ZZ Top. Apart from that, they have Solomon sigils all the way over them. Magic spells, high-end voodoo, alchemy, black magic, and they're in the clergy. Check that out, guys. I know, trippy. We move on. This year, it's laying on a grill outside basement room. Okay, a 6-year-old son. Okay, is fascinated with the adventures of Pokey Puppy. He's on quarantine in 1947 following a cholera epidemic. So she has to read through the window. This shit been going on a long while. They apparently needed 2 nuclear bombs to get rid of Yamamoto. They used Yamamoto's battleship. They literally exploded it in nuclear tests, they say, to try and sink it. Now, 26 inches of steel was penetrated by an American missile, but sometimes I wonder whether the Battle of Medway was just about the Yamamoto and nothing else at all, because that seems a bit of a psyop. It's the most remote place in the world. Nobody's there to actually witness it or anything. So I think it was about that ship. And they've got a segment of it in an American park to show you how tough this ship was and how much of a difficult time we had putting a hole in it. But can you imagine the ordnance the Americans must have had to use to slam a hole into that thickness of steel? Japanese nailed it. No wonder I had to go. This is part of White City, and they had a lovely, lovely slide to come down. White City is amazing. It deserves vlogs on itself, but I've already covered it a dozen times. It's in Shepherd's Bush in London, and it's gone in the modern day. There's only like hardly anything there, actually. So we're moving on. So this is another thing I can share with you guys, and it is an atlas of America, etc. And what it does show you is Island, California. Definitely not connected at this point. Definitely not connected. Isn't it weird how they can, they map it so well? There's a lot of things in America with a QU name, I notice, at this period. A lot of Q, I'm saying. So Mexico and Florida, or what would have been Florida, most of it was Florida up into the mountains there. Virginia. And it's just all Phoenician names, guys. You don't get anything like you'd recognize in the modern day. So Latiny. And except for the Apaches, we know what they are. So yeah, America, Old World, still showing you California as an island. This is not a cartography error. It's been too many examples. At some period, it was literally connected, not connected, excuse me. And you get a lot of maps and topographies of America in this connection, which are, what is going on? Okay, I'll show you examples now. Now, very shortly, I'm going to be coming back and I'm going to show you a cool video. Okay, so I'm going to be running for a little while, and I would watch it if I were you. It's going to be very, very good. Okay, so this will be linked to you following this video, and this book as well will be linked to you. I'm going to come back for a second. I got too much to share with you. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. That was me. Right, now what I'm going to do now, 800 nearly, still 900 of you watching. Now, guys, I've got a load of stuff to share with you, but like it's 11:45. So what I'm going to do now, okay, is I'm going to play a video. Just fetch it a second. What I need to do is lose some of my shit. So bear with me. Please share this out. I'm going to show you a video, actually, first. I won't show you any volume with this, but it was a video that came out about a year or so ago from Bravia for a watch. And they're supposed to be on the moon. Now, when you see the moon missions, okay, the Apollo missions, you see the Earth is just this tiny little thing. And they show you the true size it really would be, but they show you the truth of what is really happening. So allow me just to share this video and you'll see what I mean. Okay, 2 seconds. And I got some other stuff to share with you as well. So this is a advert for Bravia. Check this out. So clues galore in this. Apart from you can't, when they say when they're up there, it's black and they can't see any stars, but they can't really make their mind up with that. Depends who you are. If you're Don Pettit, you can and you can't. So that's the size that you would expect because the moon is so close apparently to Earth. But if it was all a reality and gravity and everything, the Earth's gravity would suck the moon's gravity. You would basically, the moon would crash into Earth. And would lose its apparent equilibrium because the Earth's apparent gravity is far greater. So that couldn't happen. So it's basically a screen and it's CGI, and they're showing you on that advert that it's bullshit. Bullshit. Dun 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 dun. Bullshit. I call. So I'm going to show you this film now. It's going to be fab. You're going to really enjoy it. And it's a chronology of from 1935 up until the modern day. It's 10 minutes long. It's pretty groovy stuff, actually. So 10 minutes. Okay. Who's there? Everyone's there. Still 900 of you. Wow, how fantastic. Did you share this out? Did you like my video? Okay, there's plenty more to come. Okay. So we're going to have a 10 to 12 up to the 3-hour mark. It doesn't matter. As I said, I got so much. What I don't present in this, I'm going to have to come back on the Tatarian channel this week or something because I got so much, guys. Okay, that I just keep collecting. If I'm only posting once a week, I'm just getting too much stuff and it's time and everything else. So I do apologize for all of the info and all the time. Now, this is good.
significant accomplishment of the meteorological program in 1965 was Tyros 9, which rolls through space like a cartwheel, taking weather pictures of the entire world each day. Once in orbit, ground commands triggered the delicate turning maneuver which put Tyros 9 over on its side. Tyros 9 was put into a nearly polar orbit over the rotating Earth so that it can photograph the entire world each day. The satellite was programmed to take 400 pictures daily. Each day's coverage is converted to neph-analysis maps, which show the storm fronts all over the world. These are made available to weather forecasters for their analyses. The wheel configuration of Tyros 9 will be used in the series of operational satellites developed by NASA for the Weather Bureau. This system will be known as Tlos. Some satellites will carry cameras for automatic picture transmission to small receiving stations all over the world. Others will carry an advanced Vidicon camera with tape storage to send back its global observations to the United States.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
In 1965, the first prototype model of an applications technology satellite was produced under the direction of Goddard Space Flight Center. This program is a major NASA effort in communications, navigation, and meteorology. It is concerned with the advanced technology of gravity gradient and spin-stabilized orientation systems. It will also be used for antenna research and the determination of environmental effects on components. Technology experiments for the first flights have been selected, and initial flight is scheduled for 1966.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be getting a copyright for that. I had no idea there was so much pathe, and you can't use pathe and the music, but I don't think Beethoven, classical music, you're allowed to play. That was made about 4 or 5 years ago from a mate of mine who was Paul Kufu, who's a guy, a truther in New Zealand. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him for years, Paul, but he made some fantastic presentations. I haven't seen him for years, so. And I was one of them, and just shows you the utter fuckery of these people. You know, they're just, it's quite sickening, the level of fuckery. You know, it's just, doesn't take a genius to work it out watching that, guys. So if you just give me a second, because there was stuff that I actually was going to give to you, show to you, that didn't come up just now in the images of the day, and I don't know why. I'm thinking they may have cut me short. I'm not sure. YouTube after all. So it's still over 800 of you watching. I am very appreciative of that. Yeah, they did. They did cut a few. Isn't that weird? I wonder why they did that. That's really weird. So yeah, I've got a few things to share. Hang on a second, please. And we'll get back into it for a minute or so of some more information and some more shares, because I have them here. Only a little bit though, because we're basically on to 3-hour mark. It is midnight. We are on Sunday. I need to give you a few shouts. Pete, I can't read all that. I don't think there's that time in the world. Oh my God. Did you just write all that? Oh my God. David M. Good to see you. See Hippie Shakes dog. Julie, how's it going, Julie? I haven't seen you for ages. Lovely to see you. Thank you for popping by. It's bollocks. It is bollocks, all of it. Benny, Riley, good to see you, my friend. Michael, Perry, and Jameson, good to see you. Best UFOs are phonies from space. I have seen a UFO the size of Wembley Stadium, a stone's throw away, but I didn't see any grey alien entities. And I did see it disappear into a slit in the sky. So I feel that they were interdimensional. Experimental Elemental, good to see my friend. Marcus Mason, good to see my friend. K-Mac, good to see you. And that's not the only time. I've seen the giant black triangle as well. And me and my son both seen that one. I've seen just loads and loads. King Schnurgelgerson, good to see you, my friend. William Tell, what's that? William Tell's 1812 Overture. Yes, he's good with the arrow, isn't he? Don't miss with the arrow. Paul Tidy, Rhodes Atlas. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get clobbered for this video. I can just feel it in my water. Dick Richards, why do they say that? I can feel it in my water. Because we're made of water. Yeah, I'm getting that now. Ellie, good to see you. Chuck 88 and Southern Ontario Sasquatch. Good to see you, my friend. But it's too much epic amounts of stupid for me to even go there. It's just my Brian doesn't want to anymore. Thunderbirds are to go. That's because it all looks like Thunderbirds. Even like Bezos's stupid dick thing looks like Thunderbirds are go. And there's lovely Jenny. And is a lizard butt. The hole is deep. It's a very deep hole indeed. Lizard butt. Jeffro, what's the matter with me? I'm a child. I don't know what's the matter with me. Tommy Jean Poetry. Good to see you. Carrie Quigley. Sure, I love that name. Ooh, Fiona. Little Wing. Ooh, hiya, lovely. And Kerry and Spin Doctors indeed. Zal Moxage is in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Decatage. The Order of Tyrone owned 117 priories and abbeys in France and Wales and England. Thank you, but England did, or Britain did, own most of France, Alsace, and everything else up until 1300s. Like Calais, prior to Battle of Agincourt, was actually a British place. In fact, most of northern France was British for quite some time. Good to see you, Julie. Madara and Manny, who is Truth Seeker 2, and Skull Asylum. It is hilarious, brother. Denise is here. Lindsay. Yeah, don't worry, Lindsay. I'm sure it'll be all right. Okay, probably just going to copy it for them. They don't like using Pathé, but it might get away with it because it's a 4-year-old video made years ago. JT, I like to do flat earth proofs, and I thought that was a jolly good video. Seeley, good to see you. Kerry is there. Dick Mate, what's happening? And Dagon share. Good Dogon Morningstar. 809, good stuff. Yeah, we had nearly 1,000 earlier on a Flatterday night. So happy about that again. And Dallas is here, my brother. Stacy from Massachusetts wasn't even born. No, I was born in 1967. Summer Love. Alien. So I said love. Kelly, and Scott is here, who is Spellerine, and Mike, and Fat Forever. And after this, I'm going to go off and see if there's any residue of Flattoberfest left, or Flat Earthers together have been happy chappies. I just had a look, and there's not at the moment, but it's late. Carol Quigley, David, Julie, Matt Leaker, could you allow just slow the tune down? Julie, I didn't like the tune. I didn't have it on. I had, may as well sticking up on it. I didn't have it on because it was like dramatic and nasty nasty as shit, Judy. I didn't have it on. Fucking dramatic, fucking didn't like it the first time I heard it. Road Atlas, you got a laptop or a phone, just put the volumes on if it's get on your nerves. That's what I did. I didn't even listen. Moxie, I should talk through it anyway. Fred, good to see you. I guess as soon as this video finishes, I will find out. Chris Lamb. Martin Liedtke. Hi, mate. How's it going? Michael. And anybody who I haven't shouted, Shane's there in the house. Shane Roberts. JT. Ooh, Gary Felton. You was born. Was you born? Well, that's weird. And Jeffro. Ooh. And Rockin' Hood. Curtis is in the house. Suziskby TV programming it is. And Issa's Issa Mindset. And SD. Who else we got? Murphy's is in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Who else? John Fletcher. Karen Dirt. Lovely Karen Dirt. And Tarek. Good to see you. And Moage. And Leslie Ashcroft. No, damn it. You've got to use your own narration. No, I have got to use my own narration. And I'm not really thinking, Lindsay. I was more thinking about the truthy thing. But we'll see how it goes. Don't even worry about it. Brian Evans. CJM. It's no use crying over spilt milk, is there? And it's for truth. And if it's whatever, I just got to take it. Doesn't matter anyway. Big Show Terrier, Tall Oaks is just popped in. And India's here. One love to you, India. Much love to you. Sue's Light World. And anyone else who's fallen asleep, wake up! Because you fall asleep on me. Right, let's show a couple more things. And I'm going to 10 more minutes or so. And then I'm going to dive off for the day. And I try and come back this week. Like, I hate these one fucking week things when I used to do a video every single day, to be honest with you. But things have changed. Anyway, content. Now, this is a thing I've been looking into. Is this really unusual picture here, painting that I find so haunting of apparently the Messiah. And it's trippy because his eyes are a bit cockeyed and like he's on a fuck ton of acid. I'm tripping really hard right now. And he's got the X code on his dress. and he's got a orb, like a fortune teller's orb, and he's doing the fingers crossed Baphomet thing at the sky, which you see a lot, don't you? But there's a bit of a tale behind this picture, and its origins they don't really know who it is attributed to. Salvador Monday, is that word again, savior of the world, is painting attributed to the Italian high Renaissance artist Leonardo, dated to 1499. Okay, long thought to be a copy of a lost original. So I'm thinking with photography, a lot of the grandmasters we're looking at copies of older pre-will, pre-reset sorts of paintings. So not even Leonardo da Vinci painted this. He got it from an existing older source, and I think they say that's the celestial sphere there, that clear Copernican. Apparently, I don't know how a clear ball would represent Copernican geocentricity. I'm not really sure, but apparently it does. So they tell you a lot of shit. There's another original, another one as well. Photograph copy overpainting. Ooh, weird. That is really, really weird. And there's another one. Wenceslas, Good King Wenceslas, engraving, 1650, a little bit later than the Da Vinci one. Same sort of thing going on. And there's went into auction and got like, ooh, shit all. And look at that. After cleaning. There's so much more going on in that painting, isn't there? See, what happened? Did they let me clean it? Because they fucked it right up, didn't they? They got all marks on it and everything. It's like, it's a grandmaster guy. You have to clean it with a Brillo pad. And there it is all tarted up after restoration. It's weird, the light, isn't it? It lights on his hand and it's all gloomy on his face. You'd think it'd be the other way around. It's like he's in the shade. He's got like little ringlets, like girly, cute little green little ringlets. Curls, got curly hair. He's a ginger. Ginger with curly hair. And look at the stuff on this Xcode thing. Decoration. It's like circuitry. And he's doing the old fingers crossed. Nobody finds out about this shit. And there it is there. The sphere. Just like a fortune teller. Leonardo's manuscripts, as we know, he'd done some advanced shit. But if he was a thing, which I doubt, I'm guessing that he was a Tatarian leftover of that type of knowledge, that advanced genius. Look at the eyes. So haunting. And how many paintings of Jesus do they have him cockeyed? Why is that? It's supposed to be a sign of parasitical infection, the worm in the, I don't know, left ventricle of the human heart. According to what I was going to propose, I've shown you this book before, the left ventricle of the human heart. Houses in apparently antiquity a worm, and not a tapeworm either. And there is there 1508. Completely different again, same pose, different colours. That one's a little bit different again, a bit of a crimp going on with the old beardage, 16th century. Oh, and he changes a bit there as well. This is in Detroit. Different decoration on this Xcode thing. Still got the ginger curly wordy, so. Ooh, hang on, what happened there? It's like looking at you with my cockeyed, looking over there now to see that little doggy running along. See? Not the same, is it? Oh, now they started to dread him up. This one's in Zurich. We're getting a bit of the Mali shirt, maybe. They changed that one again. Ooh. This one. Oh, my God. Lombard follower. Oh. This one's another one. 16th century. He's got his eyes sorted out this time. Still got the curly wordies. Not very good artwork, that one. Looks like he's had too many doner kebabs. Does that picture. Ooh, Head of Christ the Redeemer, 1502. What happened to you? Look at you. Looks like a date I once had. No, that's terrible. So maybe you know the nose is really, really pointy. Could open a tin of fucking beans with that. What's with the eyes and the? Is this just like bad artwork? Because these look like really weird. A minute. Sorry to like pick apart paintings of you know, a deity or something, but it's like what? So he's got the blue cape over red dress, blue cape. Ooh, he reminds me of someone I know. Just like that guy at Kings of Leon. That's it. Don't worry. This one's got light bulb. No, look, I can do levitation. He's looking down on that one. And he's gonna girly and got the globe. Globes and gainers go hand in hand. Look. Is that actually, yeah, that's he's got a globe now. They changed it around in poof, by whoever this guy is. Yeah, he tarted it right up, like literally. Oh no, he went full tart on this one, 1505. Literally, Christ is like now got an orb with a globe on it. It's not see-through anymore. He's got like rid of the other cape. He's still got the red dress on. Got rid of the X code, and he's had sex change. I should do this one as well. How many versions of the same weird fucking painting? Half of them is a chick. Weird. Oh, there you are. That goes a bit like cartoon there. That's a Flemish one. And he's got a bit of a cross on the... Must have known what was going to happen. So, what happened to his eyes? They're really close together. He's still got that pointy nose going on. Who's the woman? That's Mary, is it? Yeah, she looks all right. I kind of dig Mary. I don't really know much about her, if you want. Oh, they're making hand symbols, Masonic ones. What's the matter with your eyes? The different colours. You David Bowie. Oh my God. Oh, it's Angus Young from AC/DC. Hola Rosie. Dominate the padre. Yeah, what a weird death cult. It's like they just basically they're doing like the governments do with the common cold is they've monopolized and made a thing out of reset. It's a sort of warning as well. You know, you can't really ignore the Bible as warnings from the Jesuits of what should come down. He's got a bit of a bloodshot eye there. Maybe they haven't got optics in the past. So many different versions of a really weird, spooky painting. Why is it spooky? Because the eyes are all weird and the faces are weird, and I don't know what's going on. I'm scared right now. So, do you live in Pittsburgh? Don't get too excited. Do you live in Pittsburgh? Well, let's have a little look at Pittsburgh in another one of these sky things. Bird's eye visions. So yeah, Pittsburgh is an amazing, amazing city, and it is industrial. It looks a bit like Manchester in England, but this is like 1800s. And look at like San Francisco. They've got massive skyscrapers in Pittsburgh. You know, in the Victorian era. Look at these hills here as well. And a big Crystal Palace train station. And how many bridges has Pittsburgh got? It's got more than London ever had. The River Algeri, Idaho. We're from Idaho. And how many bridges exactly, guys? Look. Fucking hell. Pittsburgh got all the bridges in the world. Shit. It's more like New York. There's another train station over there. Big one. And then that lift that we've seen on photographs, there's two of them going up into an upper level Pittsburgh. How very, very interesting. But yeah, it's Italian city, no doubt about it. All mud flooded, massive buildings on the riverbank. Look at this one. And that one. So they're amazing, these bird's eye mappages. And they're really old. That's 1902. Queen Victoria's not even dead. And they got like massive skyscrapers that big in Pittsburgh. Jeez, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy to think that they had cities that size at that period. Look, that just looks like modern America. That's nuts. So I'm not sure if Pittsburgh got destroyed by fire. I don't know. Right, this is illustrations of the universe, remarkable things in nature and the whole earth book. And it takes you through Britain. It takes you through, actually, a lot of cool places. This is Morocco. They're doing that color thing again, look. But they do go through British cities. I will link this to you. Belgium. Oh, that's in Australia. Look at this bit of tech. So these books are basically of all the world, and I will link them up to you, as I like to link stuff up, information and such. And they're rather pretty engravings also. I did go through them last night. There was hundreds of different things, but it's like the time aspect, guys. I've really got to get on. And another one here I can share with you is dances of the past, and they are absolutely crazy. Excuse me. Are these giants, by the way? Because everyone else looks really, really small for the military two-step. And it's a book of crazy dances and jesters and minstrels. And you imagine having a soundtrack of a minstrel following you round. Brave Sir Robin, Sir Robin, Sir Robin gets his head chopped off any morning. I would like literally hit them with my lute. Oh, hang on a minute. You levitating? Yes. The music is making fortune afloat. And there's the minstrels and military bands. That's like a strange set of musical tastes. I'm just listening to my 10 favorite military bands, 12 inches. Oh, really, Frederick? Yes, my favorite 12 inches. Sounds of the battlefield, screams of the dying, 12-inch extended. Ah, yes, it's a fabulous album. Heard it myself. Yes, especially the Mohab going off. Look how they lived. Mud on the floor, having a little dance in their big Nordic Viking-y style big hut all together. Happy. And there's some music there for pantomime. Pantomime quadrilles. So, probably haven't seen this before, and it's old, and I thought it was really interesting. And it's from all aspects of history. This is called the Sistrim, and it was a vibrational tour of the Greco-Roman world. Oh, he's burning smudging sticks. So, now let's have a little dance around the room, Frederick. Yes, okay. Take off all your clothes. What the fuck is this? Fireworks. Oh. So I'm going to blow this up a bit. Oh, they're just burning like effigies of Phoenician stuff. Oh, that's the Bastille. Oh, we know how that went down. Oh, look at this. Is this electric use? Looks like electric use. Paris. Move over, you swine. Oh, God, yeah, it is. Wild. Look at that. Wow. There are no gas lights there. And even a crescent moon illuminated. Proving that's not a gas light. Very, very sweet. So, electrified ball. Also that. Wow. Time of the French Revolution. There's no way these are candles. That must have been lovely in the autumn nights in that colour. Oh. The size of these halls, absolutely fabulous. How many people? I've still got 700 and odd of you watching. Haven't you fallen asleep yet? Anyway, I'm sure I'm enjoying them, but I don't know whether you are. I like a little vision of the past, of how people behaved. And dancing is something we all like and share. Makes you feel fantastic. When that bass line goes through your body and you get funky. Oh, look at this. The Phoenicians rising from the water. They literally filled the stage full of water here. Look. Look, that's my son. Guys, look. Reenacting the arrival of the Phoenicians. This is Covent Garden, London. Rural happiness. Skipping through the hills. The hills are alive with the sound of music. I think they're trying to tell us something, you know. I always walk through the fields and see women dancing with the wings on. Happens all the time. No, like never. There might be indigenous peoples. It's a festival. and another festival. Only theirs looks shit compared to the other one. So anyway, I'm coming back. I'm giving you all a shout. So I got to get going. It's too late to carry on. And I will say, as I said, guys, I will try to be back this week. 700 of you watching. Thank you so much. That was a laugh. That was enjoyable. Considering I've had a banging headache all day, I really didn't want to post. I was like, I don't think I'm going to get away with that. I might just be bombarded. Where's my Flatterday? I see Coop. Real talk. Real talk with Aaron. 420. Kind of dummy. So yeah, it's mushroom season in Wales, but only I haven't been able to go and pick any because I've been too busy working. So somebody go pick him for me. Flat Earth British needs a picker. Phrased eyebrow curly. There's only a few things. I prioritize everything in this life, and when you get dangerously low. Diane Forrest, Julie Sherry Hall, singing. And Sing and Nara, good to see you. Much love. And ooh, very much enjoyed. Oh, I'm glad you did anyway. So many of you watched anyway. So I managed to retain for 800 odd people for over 3 hours, which pretty much says it all. So thank you, Dallas. And like I said, guys, the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel is still on a community strike for another month, I think, or 3 weeks or so. That's put me out because I always used to go live on there. I have got the Tatarian channel, and I should go live on there and make more effort to do more content because I got so much, as you've seen. I got like 50 links on there, which I'm going to be putting in the description box below this video. Anyway, beautiful ladies, Bex. Oh, yeah, you know it. You know it. Some of the most beautifulest women in the world. Samak. Why do I always say that? Capelocious. My future history. Adrian Jess was wide awake. Not sleeping. Darren, good to see you. It's 6:22 in can't pronounce that. Peria, Illinois. Chris Lamb, I can't pronounce that. I used to sail on a ship called the Peroto, and the way you look at it is not how it's pronounced. I had a terrible time with it. Bex, Jungle Juice, G, Canada Me, and Brown Eyes, Denise. Richard, good to see you. No fixing this. Yes, it is. Don't be so defeatist. We're in charge. We running it. Don't worry about a thing. It's all an illusion anyway. All of it. It's a fucking dream. Okay, the world is our oyster. People just keep doubting. It's really weird. Thank you, Lindsay. So I gotta go, guys. The key, there's Michael. Here in Drake, New South Wales, Australia. Oh, I hope everything's all right in Australia land, and they've not got double fucking nuts. They have here. Fucking everyone's wearing fucking masks. Something they've seen on the news. I don't know. But mandatory, remember, doesn't mean law. It means you agree to something, a deal. Okay, so you don't have to do shit. They can ask all they fucking want for all of it. Do you have to do it? No. Fucking mandatory is not law, guys. Stay still in, and you know it. In fact, everything, all of it, all their laws, all of it is by consent. We don't have to play any of it in reality. Okay, legal name fiction. Who are you? You're fucking corporate. Corporate name, but not really. You're a sovereign human being, and you're not part of it, guys. Take it fucking back. Aussie stuff, calf, is a same year, isn't it? Don't worry about it anyway, because we are fucking so on this. We are so on this, it fucking hurts. Okay, guys? It's hippie shake. Good to see you. I love your dog. Look at that little guy. And Moonbeam Midge. Mandates and not laws. Remember that, guys, when they're fucking saying stupid stuff on intercoms. Like, it's mandatory to wear a mask. No, it fucking ain't. Okay? People. Drive me nuts. Anyway, I'll be back very soon. I hope you enjoyed another fun-filled Flatterday night. Hope you learned a lot about the classical world, and they're definitely giants coexisting, I would say, in my Brian. And we've been thinking about William Shatner offing his wife. Crazy Alec Baldwin going potty with a knife, with a gun. Antarctica. Some of this is definitely going to get me copyrighted. Nuke fake. me playing with radioactive materials, which is just normal for Flat Earth British Post, and Earth from Space chronology running from 1935. What a load of fucking bullshit that was. Anyway, there you go. So, good night, Sonia. Nostar Zalij. Ignore the madness, folks. It's going away. Okay, listen to our brother Zal. Okay, words of wisdom. Don't listen. Don't give you your energy. Literally, it's a distraction. Okay, all of the truthers are just thinking about that. Yeah, they got like maybe over 50% in my Brian, you know, even higher of the truthers are just soaking all that energy up to exposing what we already know. Does that make sense? So that's sort of doing their job for them, really. Wouldn't you say? I ain't fucking doing it, guys. It's a distraction to keep you from what wrecking my place is really going on. Okay? And it ain't that. Peace and love to you. Flat thumbs. I gotta get going. Have a good week anyway. Martin is the man. Love the dude. Thank you, Michael. It's very, very kind of you all to say nice things. Makes me happy. Martin. Thank you. Sam the Flayed. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Big hugs, Lindsay. Love you. And Stacy. Flat thumbs. Double flat thumbs to infinity thrice to anybody who lives in Massachusetts named Stacy. 2 hats. Oh, that might be a lot, actually. You've never stayed up. Yeah? That half a bottle of wine, you've stayed up for 3 hours over and washed my hands. Emo. I thought you'd fallen asleep. So, sketches. Ordinary Bear, yeah. And Seeker of Truth. Did all giants die? I think they fucked off back home. I think there were some giants still around. Well, there are giants now, but like giantism and giants are 2 different things. Giantism, they're like long limbs. And what you get with giants is they're like people frame, but fuck bigger. So, yeah, there are some giants. I think like the Harlem Globetrotters. I think the whole idea with that is these are giants hidden in plain sight in the Harlem Globetrotters. So I think there's still giants around, but not like they were, not as big as the ones examples I've shown today. The 50-footers, I think they fucked off back home. So wherever, lands north is my suspicion, which is the south in a weird way. Don't even worry. Okay, you the man. Thank you very, very much. So, Niger Soldier Marriage, Nostar, and Nostar Rain, Taffy Girl. You were. So I wasn't very naughty today. I thought it was very, very well behaved. Marcus Mason. It's an interesting second name. It's like Nick Mason, isn't it, off the Pink Floyd's drummer, Nick Mason. In fact, a lot of these pop bands got dodgy Phoenician names, haven't they? Look at Black Sabbath, Tony the Phony Ione. Just saying. Might not be, though. Stacy and Brian. I'm not slagging off Black Sabbath. I'm just saying. Tony Iommi the Phony. Timothy, and they are players, aren't they? And they all get like medals off the Queen and Gomes and Caesar and shit when she was around. Just saying. Anyway, I gotta go. Peace and love. Be good and don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll see you very, very soon. Okay. MartinLiga7gmail.com for any information on history or anything else other than Rona. Thanks.